I got mine.
Hey, we got some Bush Latte. Start off with a shotgun.
Yeah. This is the ritual.
Get this big ass straw in here. Shit. Starting to leak. Foam's coming up. The foam's coming up, John. This does not work as well as with wine.
Yeah. Mine didn't. Alright.
Starting to foam up.
Oh, fuck.
Nice little hole in there.
Oh, yeah, what the fuck, dude?
Just like bring it, John. Like bring it out of it, and then like suck the straw. Yeah, and suck the straw.
Hey,
That's what I just
Baldy,
did.
what's up, Baldy?
It kind of worked. I might just go no straw in this bitch.
Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Oh fuck! Just
Mic off.
Just like came on me. I can't do this shit. It just fucking legs on me. That's all it does. This thing fucking sucks. I'm just gonna drink it regular. Fuck, now my shit's all fucked up.
Yeah, I got mine summed on my shirt.
Yeah, literally. I got it all over.
Mic
Get
on.
some racks. Your team sucks in the chat.
Yeah,
That shotgun.
definitely.
Dom's a bitch. Can't finish his.
Did you not? Yeah, finish that. You should do it on your knees for that. Alright.
Fuck you.
Top list here.
All right.
First up, Instagram babe of the week.
Last week, John and I tied.
Yeah.
Oh, some
Dom had
fucking
the-
bullshit.
Even though I think I should have been the winner, but that's alright.
That was some bullshit last week, is what it was.
Dom did have the worst pick, technically.
I had a girl that's respectable that doesn't just
Well, it's not getting any better
Have-
this week, Dom. Let me tell you. It's my girl.
Oh my god.
Nah, I think I got this one in the bag. Easy fucking.
I went with another multi-million follower salute.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did too.
My girl has 474, so
All right.
kind of big. 474,000, I should say, not 474. So it's not bad,
Alright, I got the straw poll set up.
on yours.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
what
just
do you
gonna make
use?
a link. I just made it off a website. I'm gonna put the links in all of our chats.
All right.
Oh, you put it in my chat?
I'm going to. I mean, once it.
Oh, I was like, I didn't see it.
All right. Who's starting
Well,
off with the Instagram babe of the week?
Should we go winner from last week, does it? Or should we go loser from last
that
week?
would be me and Joe.
All right,
So
John,
one of
you
you
go
guys want to
first.
start?
Yeah, go first. Shit. Who you got?
You're first.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
I'm
are you
first?
talking about? Yeah, you're first.
Fine, never mind. Shit. Mine's name on Instagram is. What the fuck is it? Abigail Ratchford.
Abigail
Tag
Ratchford.
is, yeah, Abigail Ratchford.
Pretty sure I've heard of this girl. How about we do non-verified girls?
Nope, not doing that. Nope.
The Queen of
That pretty
Curves.
much
Is this girl a
true, like,
fucking
all
porn star? Is she?
No. No, probably, maybe, probably not. But,
All right, I'll show the stream.
Ew. All right.
All right, there we go. Here's mine.
There's some ugly bitch.
No, I'm gonna say that's tier 1 top material there.
Wait, I don't think I have the right girl here.
I'm looking at a dark-haired girl with like 10 million subscribers almost or followers.
I'm not.
Is that right? 9.1.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 9.1 million.
Oh, I found it.
Yeah, that's the one. Wait, hold on, wait. Joe, you're on the left. Okay. Yeah, Dom found it. That's one, Joe, right there. Yeah.
I found it. Yeah, I think I found it. Did you get the straw poll going, John?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in the chats there. I was gonna wait till we
Oh, till we all showed. Yeah. All right. Who else we got? Joe?
She's fine, John. It's a good pick.
Yeah, pretty solid pick. I think I got this week in the bag.
All right, my girl is.
Your Nightbot deleted my thing.
Give me a second.
You're gonna have to mod me, bud.
Are you not? Oh, if I mod you, it doesn't do anything.
It shouldn't.
Okay, I'll just mod you then.
I'd say pretty solid, but
There you go. Now try it again.
Self.
Try it again.
Um,
I just modded you.
You're currently timed out from chat. You got 40 seconds. 40 seconds. I'd say I got a pretty good one here.
All right, my girl. I'm pretty sure she's a porn star.
All right.
All right. Her
Good start.
tag is Julie Juli and dot ANNEE.
G-L-U-Y. Wait, hold on. How do you spell it?
ANEE.
JULI
L-I.
dot ANNEE.
ANNEEE. ANN. AN.
You know, I looked at this one. This was one that I was
5.6 mil.
This was my next week's pick, Joe.
Right?
She's
my next,
fine.
I've been like stockpiling up like ones. My next
look, hey, look who follows her.
Who?
You.
Yeah.
Damn
out,
it, Joe. God
check out Hoff Diggity Dog. Oh my God, she's literally just showing straight tits.
Yeah.
Can't put this shit on the stream.
She's.
God damn it.
So
this is my picture for next. God damn it.
See, this is how we get banned from Twitch
They're
and
blurred
YouTube
out.
right
Calm
here.
down.
Nah, it's all good.
God
You
damn
say
it.
they're
Joe.
blurred out?
Damn, that's a tough one, Joe.
Yeah.
All right, so I went with obviously another respectable woman. More respectable at least. Her name is Morgan Morgan Ketzner.
Ketzner. How do you spell Ketzner?
Yeah, how the fuck do you spell that?
Ketzner.
Found her. Ooh, blocked.
All right, better pick than last week, Dom.
Whatever. Last week was good. Don't you fucking start talking shit.
It was shit at best.
Oh my God. Just
Yeah,
because
it's a
this
good
girl's
pick,
showing a
Dom.
little, a little bit more skin, doesn't mean anything, John.
All right, this is a tough week.
Yeah,
right?
this is a good week right here.
Tough pick. So there's mine. She's a beaut.
Might have to
Here's
drop her a follow,
Dom's.
Dom.
Here's mine.
And this one is Joe's.
All right, let's start the voting.
And then this one is John's. Wait, John, yours is Julie, right? Or is that Joe's?
It's Joe's.
Mine's
So
Julie.
this one's Joe's. This one's John's.
And
this one's the winner right here.
Yep. Dom's, mine, Joe's.
John, put the thing in my chat again.
And message. There we go. Sweet.
Let's get that voting in, folks. Aw.
Dom, 3 votes. What the fuck?
Hey! Let's go.
How did you get 3 votes, Dom? Joe, did you vote for him?
I might have voted for his girl. She was pretty hot.
Joe's gonna give her a follow
Mine's
here.
not. Do I have to fucking refresh your memory? Look at that, right? Look at my stream. Look at that. Tell me that Dom's is better? Nah.
Sorry, buddy.
Ah, fuck. All these fake accounts started following me now on Instagram after following that one bitch.
Which one?
The chick I did.
Oh.
God damn it.
All right, are we closing the polling, or what's the move here? You gonna wait? Wait till John gets a vote.
I think you won it this
I already
week,
got
Dom.
a vote.
Nate, you vote, Nate?
We are the champions.
Bullshit.
How's it bullshit?
This is bullshit. How many fucking fake accounts do you have watching?
I got 0 fake accounts watching. I voted once.
Alright, I'm calling bullshit. Dom, you pulled up on your phone. Don't even lie.
I have it pulled up on my phone, but I can't fucking vote. I can't vote.
Bullshit.
I can't.
I'm calling bullshit on that
I've
one.
only voted on one. It's on this. It's on my other computer.
Whatever you say.
Check the votes. Joe voted for me. I voted for myself.
I had to.
You voted for yourself, John, and then Nate probably voted for me. So that's a win, bitch.
It's a win for Dom. Congrats.
Alright. You win this week, Dom.
Because there's only 4 total votes. So take your pick on who voted. If I voted all 3 times, I would have just done me 3 times, and then it would have been more votes. John. All right. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
See? All right.
All right.
So
We're going topic 1.
let's go topic 1. You know,
Go on.
Kim Jong-un.
keep it going. Dead.
No, dude.
Dead or alive?
Oh no, he's alive. He's alive. He's alive. He just showed an appearance.
Be a body double, though.
Supposedly
You
he's
think-
alive.
You think they body doubled his ass?
Yeah, because if he died, like the whole society would fucking collapse. I think he's a
That's
fucking
not
god.
true. That's not true. No, the other
What do you mean?
the other fucking rulers have died before him.
Yeah, but there was clear like people to
His
come
successors.
next. Clear
Yeah.
successors.
Yeah, it is a little bit the succession after him is a little bit kind of fucked, to be honest, but
Yeah. No.
I don't know. They sent like pictures out, right, of him like cutting.
no,
women.
he was like at an appearance, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, there's a
Yeah.
video of him.
Yeah, that's what I was looking up. It said there was an appearance.
I don't know. Supposedly he smokes a few packs a day, which, from my
Shit, and
experience, that'll kill you pretty quickly.
I mean, the dude's 36 years old. Shit. I would think he'd be able to live a little longer than that.
Off the wazoo, man.
I would think this man could live a little longer than that. Oh, here we go. Body double theory. There's a body double theory on TMZ. So here's
Before and after pictures of him.
Yeah,
right?
they're like a.
oh my god. Look at this dude. Oh my fuck.
Oh my god.
Told you.
These
Body double.
pictures.
Dude, that might be a body double. What the fuck?
Shit. He looks bad. If
He's
that's him,
real bad.
he looks real bad.
I mean, he looked fat in both, but he just looks like he's.
Well, they say like the teeth, and that's like, I mean, you can definitely tell the teeth are different.
Yeah.
I don't know.
TMZ Kim. Alright, hold on. I'm just gonna look up Kim Jong Un.
I'm just looking up top stories of it, so
Another beer.
that's what I'm finding.
Double.
Mic off.
So there's that theory.
Yeah, they don't even like look that like remotely similar. Well, hold on. If you scroll to like the what's called just below it, the like image just below it, there's like
Mic on.
it's like that. This picture right here doesn't look anything like the one that's in the Twitter post. The one in the Twitter post, the dude's got chipped teeth, and then the one below.
Yeah.
So
But
I don't know. TMZ might just be pulling some shit.
Yeah,
They
they're
might- I
probably just
mean-
trying to get clicks.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Might be,
like, this,
they
is
might be
like,
doing
yeah,
that.
this isn't the same picture that's in the fucking Twitter thing.
All right. So aside from that, what are we thinking then?
I think it still could possibly be a body double.
I think he might be alive.
it'd be a little hard.
Yeah, I
to
mean, you
find,
could definitely still be alive, and you just might still be a body double.
I think he might be alive, but like, if anything, it just made people question like, what the fuck's gonna happen when he dies? Because he's probably gonna die eventually.
Oh yeah, for sure.
God damn. Can't twist this fucking thing off. The other one twisted off. What the fuck?
Come on,
Way
Dom,
back
you can
here.
do it. Use your
Actually,
muscles, dude.
where's my keys? Where are my keys at? I don't know. I think if he is actually dead, or no, I don't think he's actually dead. To be honest, I mean, if anything, they would find some, doctor. Probably not even in North Korea.
If he did die, he's 100% certainly dead. I mean,
What'd you say?
if he died and or if he had like any complications during that surgery, I'm fucking sure that surgeon or whoever doctor was seeing him dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
dude.
Or fucking sure.
Well,
dude.
unless
He'd be
it's
publicly fucking beheaded, dude.
So what I'm thinking is what I would think would they probably be like flying in someone, because like
No.
flying in someone from like why wouldn't they?
You got too much self pride for that. There's no way.
I mean, I feel like they'd want
They're
for
probably
the
bringing some Chinese doctors, honestly.
for the leader.
I did hear something about that. Yeah, you're right. From China.
I would say they definitely would bring in someone like that over like doing like a North Korean. I don't think they'd kill like a Chinese person or something like that. So
Wow.
especially not like an
Well, that would
American.
start a fucking war.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I don't think they'd do that if he did die. I don't think they'd kill him unless it was like a North Korean. If it was North Korean, he'd be fucking
Dead. Dead.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah. Dude, why
But
are
yeah.
you skipping frames?
What?
My frame and like my stream's like skipping frames, but I don't know. Maybe it's just because I've got I had Discord minimized, so it's probably just capturing the window. But
I mean, that
I
whole
don't know.
country's fucked, dude. Like,
yeah, I mean,
the only way that they're gonna have freedom is if the people realize that they're fucking living in shit
Yeah.
Yeah.
and just revolt. Like, even
Well,
then,
it's hard for him to do that.
yeah, locked down so much that's
Yeah.
Well,
Everything,
saying,
all the
even then,
information is.
they have complete control of the military too. So it's like
Yeah.
you're going up against a military that's potentially
Unless
has nukes. Like, you don't really stand a chance.
yeah.
Unless there's intervention from someone else, there's not going to be any change to it. Because
Yeah.
unless they just, I mean, there's been famines and all that shit, but like, unless there's some kind of, I don't know, just mass extinction of North Koreans, like by themselves, obviously not.
Like Civil War, you mean?
I mean, either that or just like famine, disease, something.
They kind of already have a lot of that. I don't know. I think it's kind of a pretty militarized zone. I don't think anything could happen
Well, yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Unless
tough when they just kill everybody that like says anything bad.
It's like the old USSR.
Soviet
Or you're gonna go to a
Union.
labor camp or some shit. Yeah.
Say shit, you're gonna get hit.
Yeah, I mean they do that with like a foreign what's it called journalists that come in. They're caught like videotaping or whatever. They send them to like labor camps and shit.
Yeah, Otto Warmbier, bro.
Yeah.
Came back brain dead.
Did the person really?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
It was like a college student that went to North Korea and supposedly like ripped down a poster of Kim Jong Un
Oh, I do remember hearing something about
for
that.
like
Yeah.
a souvenir or something, and they like put him in
I
a
didn't hear
forced labor
that.
camp.
Oh,
And then,
shit.
I
like,
do remember that.
A few months later, they sent him back to the United States because he was like about to die. And then when he got here, he died because he was like so tortured.
Fuck.
Shit.
I don't.
Surprised we didn't hear about that shit.
I vaguely remember hearing something about that, but not
It's not nearly as big of news as Trump tweets retarded shit.
Yeah, right. Whatever Trump says immediately.
Who gives a fuck?
When did that happen? Was that
That was
in
like,
Trump's presidency?
yeah, it was like probably his first year, maybe.
Uh,
So it was years ago.
Yeah, well, speaking of Trump, do you think that the thing about him saying people should inject themselves with disinfectant was kind of like
Valid? Is that what you're trying to
proportion
say?
a little bit? Yeah, like did you hear what he like actually said?
Yeah,
Like-
he actually said look into injecting people with disinfectants to clean their systems.
Like he did not say like cleaning disinfectant.
Yes, he did.
Said, like,
What do you mean?
he did not say like Clorox or some shit.
Oh, he didn't
Like,
say
it was
Clorox by
very
name.
skewed.
But he said look into like disinfectants inside the body as like a way to it destroys it in minutes. Find out a way to use it inside the body. That's retarded.
I mean, it's definitely not the smartest thing to say. He probably should have consulted his advisors, but he's
Yeah, but nowhere in there was he like, yeah, go out and drink disinfectants. It will help you.
No,
Like,
he didn't straight
hear
say
some
that.
stuff like that. But
I
like,
agree, but what he did say was he was suggesting to a doctor to research using disinfectants inside the body.
He said like some way disinfecting the lungs was what he said.
Like
And
disinfectants.
Not exactly incorrect because I mean just disinfecting something is killing like bacteria and other stuff. I
Yeah,
mean,
but you
it's not
can't use that
technical.
inside the body, John.
I mean that's kind of what antibiotics are.
Small
in a way.
dosage.
Yeah, but those are that's what medicine's for, not household
Well,
cleaners.
He never said household cleaners. Like go out and drink Clorox. I mean,
Yeah, that's kind of where I draw the line on the bleach thing because I did see some shit
Yeah,
about
he
like
said injecting a sort
Trump's-
of disinfectant to kill the virus.
because like everyone was saying that Trump was telling them to like drink bleach basically, and I was like, that's a little far. I feel like it's
He's
not
also
right.
retarded about the light shit. He's like, he heard somewhere that like sunlight kills a virus, which it probably does. Heat, sunlight, like viruses.
Actually, that's true.
Yes, like if it's super hot and there's a lot of sunlight, viruses can't survive.
UV radiation actually
Yeah, but
kills bacteria too.
yeah, but
you would die before that.
you're not bringing in like sunlight into the body like he's suggesting. He's like use light inside the body. No, dude. That's retarded.
I feel like the human body would die before anything.
Yeah, I mean, no, actually, no. It actually doesn't take all that much UV radiation to like what it does is like the UV light breaks down thymine dimers or causes thymine dimers, which is like a mutation with the DNA, fucks it up. It's kind of how one of the ways I think that skin cancer comes about. But no, it doesn't. Like I did it for like a lab in microbiology. We had like a petri dish of like bacteria, and we tested the amount of viable DNA or the amount of bacteria that grew after being exposed to like 5 UV light. It's significantly less than if it wasn't. And we used like a photo spectrometer or whatever the fuck it's called to like test the actual amount of bacteria there.
Does it work against viruses?
But
I mean, viruses are made up of RNA usually, I believe.
Yeah, that's what I would think.
So
it
would work in similar ways, yeah.
But my thing is like, dude, it's stupid. The answer, we need a vaccine is what we need. We don't need fucking disinfectants injected in us. We don't need UV light. We need a goddamn vaccine.
Well, they've been scrambling for vaccines. There was one that was like rumored to maybe work, but then it never did.
Yeah, but I mean, or like I forgot what it's called. It's called like Remdesivir or something. I don't know the name of it, but
by the one people make Truvada or whatever.
But like, there's these actual antiviral drugs that work, not these wacko like conspiracy theory like injecting disinfectants. Like that's retarded for a president to say. He should actually be pushing for like using the right antiviral drugs and finding good what's it called?
And like he didn't like human testing. Like he wasn't like looking at the microphone when he said either. Like he was
looking at the doctor.
he was asking him like, "Are we like able to do that or some shit?"
Yeah,
like,
but that's stupid.
He never said go out.
He's a big jokester. That's all it is.
But that's stupid to ask the head doctor that.
I would never take my medical advice from Trump and or any president for that matter.
You're damn right. I wouldn't either.
Like why?
But
it's just stupid to listen to any president about it.
But my thing is, how is he stupid enough to think that that's a good thing to ask a doctor to look into?
He doesn't have a fucking PhD. He's got a fucking degree in economics and other shit. So I mean, in business, whatever it is. I don't know. Ryan asked, "Where's the power button on the GPU today?" He's a
Yeah,
fucking
and I
computer
wouldn't
science
vote for
geek.
Ryan for president.
I wouldn't vote for. I wouldn't hire Ryan for my computer either. At this point,
See where I'm coming from here? The president's a different level of like, if it was just Trump being retarded and he's just a civilian, I'd be like, oh, this guy's just retarded. He can say what he wants. But he's the president. He can't say that stupid shit.
Yeah. He probably shouldn't have said it on live TV, but I don't think people should have just immediately gone out and started drinking bleach,
Well,
though.
no
either.
shit.
That's
No shit. Those people are just as dumb.
Yeah. But oh my god.
I don't know. I think there's like, it gets somewhat taken out of proportion, obviously, just because like a lot of the media doesn't really like Trump, and then also the fact that it's just Trump's not the best politically correct president. He's definitely way off the spectrum whenever it comes to like
Yeah.
being smart about what to say and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like,
So, I
that's
mean,
what you need as a president, is someone that just like says
foreign policy and all
says
that.
the
Yeah.
right thing, like does the right thing. You can't have just like conspiracy speculation as for a president, like, because there are idiots in the country that would go and drink bleach after he said something like that.
I mean, that's just natural selection, buddy.
I mean,
Yeah, a little bit, honestly.
That's gonna get clipped, and we're gonna get fucking beat up for that one.
No, that is exactly what natural selection is, to the T. That's what natural.
Yeah, but hey, we got some PC fuckers around this world now, so can't say that shit anymore.
But, and fucking speaking of North Korea, the coronavirus and disinfecting and shit, they've got these small, or they have managed to bring down their number of corona cases more than any other country.
yeah, bullshit.
Yeah, because they're literally isolated, John.
No, because they just off the people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or
And they're
then
isolated.
they tell the world they have like 2 cases, but they actually have thousands.
I mean, even if, okay, so think about it. Like, say they get like, well, they don't get much traffic in and out. So, say they get one plane and has like 5 people on it that have it, maybe.
Yeah.
You pop off 5 people, boom, done. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Dude, my
And
question
you
is
just close
India.
down the country.
How isn't India like just the fucking
Fucked?
epicenter
Yeah.
of coronavirus?
I don't know.
That place is a shithole.
They have so much slums
That
and
place
all
is a
that shit.
shithole with like 2 billion people crammed in cities. How
Literally.
the fuck is India not?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
They're immune to it because of all the other shit they're like used to.
I'm sure they don't have a ton of people migrating into the country necessarily. I would assume. I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
dude.
but still, like China though is right there.
I mean, it's a.
Yeah, it's true, but I'm sure not a lot of Chinese people.
I know India's considered like a developed country in a lot of aspects. They have a lot of trade.
Especially the bigger cities. I feel like a lot of people go to like the bigger cities.
I doubt anybody's gonna travel through the Himalayas, and a lot of poor.
Yeah, but they'll just fly over and just go whoop, and now they're in India,
China, and or anywhere else.
I didn't mean shithole country, Nate. I meant it's a very diverse. It's a growing country. Let's put it at that.
There we go. We sound like Americans now. Everything else is shit.
I mean, dude, India's a.
It
if I had
is.
to point out a shithole, it'd be India probably.
There's nice places, but it's a lot of poor.
It's not even the poor. It's not even poor. It's just like, dude. Oh.
Yeah, they've got some rough stuff. Some rough stuff.
I mean, shit. Have you ever seen Slumdog Millionaire? That kind of goes over it.
Up actually a little bit. Like some of the shit that like the kid like witnessed as like a kid. The main character witnessed as a kid. Like they used to like what they do there is like they'll like sell like child like they'll have kids.
Laborers.
People will adopt them, but I'm pretty sure they have to like pay a fee or something.
But I'm not the president, Nate, so I can say it's a shithole.
But like they'll like literally like scoop kids' eyeballs out because people will pay more for the blind ones because they feel worse. Like it's fucked up. Like some of the shit that they do. They showed that in Slumdog Millionaire too.
Yeah. It's a world that's driven by greed. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm greedy too. Make more money, that's what you're gonna do.
Are you greedy, Nate? Or Dom?
Hmm?
Are you greedy?
Oh yeah, I'm greedy as fuck.
Damn, dude.
Well, I'm not greedy as fuck because I definitely don't like scheme my friends or something like that. But like, if I can make more money, I'm gonna make more money doing whatever.
Fair.
Nate, okay, hold on. Nate, yes, he has the same rights as me. He can say whatever he wants. He has the First Amendment. But he's the fucking president of the free world, dude. Shouldn't we hold him to a higher standard
Get him,
than
Nate.
me?
Get him, Nate.
Shouldn't we hold him to a higher standard than me? I think so.
I think Nate's roasting him in chat right now. It's okay, Joe. Thank God Nate's not in my chat right now.
What do you mean
He'd be going
slightly
at me.
higher standard? He is literally the head person of our entire country. He's supposed to portray our country on the world stage in like a good light.
Should we put Nate on the show?
Yeah, Nate,
Pop in. Pop in.
join the Discord, Nate, if you want to hop in to debate
Yeah,
this.
might as well. He's really our only loyal viewer that's watching right
The
now.
president has higher obligations than me. I can say shit that might be politically incorrect. Our president should say things that are politically correct.
Here, wait. I'm trying to move him right now. There he is. All right, Nate. Let's hear it.
Yo, first guest on the Greasy Gang podcast. Balls
welcome
to
How's it
the
going,
man.
boys? It's
Yes,
an honor to be featured here on the podcast here.
Hey, honored to have you.
That's a nice picture. That's you, right?
That's me. That's what I
Oh,
actually
sweet.
look like.
All right. That's Nate, everyone.
Everybody meet Nate.
So,
It's all
How's it
man.
going, audience?
hardcore Trump supporter, I take it?
Hardcore,
Ooh.
not necessarily.
I wouldn't say
Just
that.
pleading the case.
Yeah.
Nate likes to
Play a
play
little
devil's
devil's
advocate.
Throwing out a little devil's advocate.
All right, little banter.
Yeah. Good for conversation. I like it.
And you gotta throw out the other view.
All I'm
also in
saying,
an
Nate,
ARAM
is
game,
that
so I'm kind of getting fucked. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just messing around.
yeah, I know. But
But
it's
you're
just,
right. You're right. Trump
know.
Trump needs to be held to a higher standard than
Than me
the
getting
average
drunk in my fucking
American.
room, dude. Yeah.
But
Good way
Trump
to put
is
it.
also just calling it as he sees it. You know, these countries come asking for aid from the UN. You know, the UN supplies them a financial package of here we'll implement these institutions, and after 20 so years, you know, countries don't show development,
I
and
agree.
then they still need help
I agree.
because they don't get their, you know, they have a plan set up by the WHO, the whoever else the fucking is involved, the World Bank, all this garbage, and they implement
Yep.
all these institutions that are supposed to stimulate the economy, help build independent economic growth, but countries just can't do it because fuck if I know.
No,
Outsourcing and all this other shit.
totally.
I mean, it's not just one country's problem; it's the entire world economy and all this shit.
I totally
And there's
agree.
a lot more to it than just.
And the United States
one
does a lot for other
factor.
countries, right? They give
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of aid out.
Foreign
a lot
aid
of shit
is
like
a
that.
We give a ton
big
of foreign
fucking
aid out.
And you
expense.
expect to see some like development, or like
Development,
progress from
yeah.
that aid. I agree with that. Like you can't just get ripped off constantly and act like things are right. I get that. Like we get ripped off in a lot of trade deals, a lot of this and that. Sure, that might be the case, but you go about that politically in the right way. You don't go about it just shitting on countries.
No, we got to start.
I agree.
Honestly,
I agree with that.
the U.S. has to start big dicking a little bit.
No,
You
dude.
know,
What do you
we're
mean
the
big
big dog
dicking?
here.
We've been big dicking for fucking ever. Since World
Nah.
War II, we've been big dicking.
Nah, we need to big dick some more. We need to start showing them that we fucking own this bitch.
They fucking are. Right now, we're getting
I mean,
laughed
No,
at
we're
because of
not.
our
You
fucking
could
political.
argue that we've been big dicking since before World War II.
Yeah, we've been big dicking
How
for
we've been
since
big
the
dick- how-
Revolutionary War. We've been big dicking,
We've
honestly.
been big dicking since.
What about our
the
what about
1800s.
us in China with our trade deal?
When we said
That
fuck
was
you to
ass.
Great Britain, we were big dicking. Like, don't give me that. Now we're just getting laughed at for our fucked up system and our like shitty politicians that are making us look funny on the world stage.
I will say, I don't know how fucked up our like economic system really is. I just think our politicians are fucked.
I agree. No,
Like our I think our economic system is fine as a capitalist country, but at the same time, when we have corrupt politicians that create policy that make rich people richer and poor people poorer,
Yeah.
that is the kind of stuff that does not stimulate the economy in
I
the
believe in
proper
that.
way.
Yeah, I believe in
Absolutely.
that.
I was
And
thinking
there's
the
way
whole
too much of that happens.
But
here.
the
Trickle down
reason that
doesn't work as
happens
well
is
as
because the
everyone wants
rich
it
people
to.
have the money to influence the decisions. Like
Well, yeah.
they have the money
Yeah,
to
but there's
influence elections. They have the money to lobby
Yeah.
Congress. Like it's a
That's why I
cycle.
think the whole
Yeah, I
system
mean,
is fucked. I mean,
it's definitely cyclical in a whatever John says, cyclical. I don't fucking
Cyclicals,
know.
right? Yeah, cyclical.
It is
Cycle.
definitely a cycle of just more money, influence this policy, get this policy. Oh, now we want this policy. Lobby, more money.
Right.
That is, if we didn't have corrupt politicians, that really isn't an issue.
Which is why
Because we
money
have
should be out of
politicians-
politics. Big
Yeah,
money.
because we have
You
politicians
can't.
that look past
What do you mean? Yes, you can. You write a
corporations.
law that
How?
says
and
you write a
How?
law that says you can't donate a certain amount of money. Get rid of super
well,
PACs.
we already have
Lobbying
stuff like
Run
that.
this,
and
run
there's
this shit,
loopholes.
run
Yeah.
this shit like the NCAA, where no one can benefit off their position.
Well, I mean, you're a public official. You shouldn't be benefiting off of your
Yeah,
No,
position.
you know
I
how you
get
should
that.
benefit off your
But that-
these
position.
rules apply more to them than NCAA athletes.
You should benefit off your position as a good like owning a big business, right? You own a huge company, and then run for a political seat somewhere or
Well,
something like that. That's
Yeah,
how
the
you
way
benefit.
you benefit off of your position is you make policies that benefit your community. Whatever kind of, I mean, you could be a fucking city representative and you can make policies that benefit the community. You can be a state representative and make policies that benefit the state. I mean, it's you either way, like if you're making policies that benefit the economy of whatever state, city, or whatever you're in, you are benefiting.
Yeah.
Whether it is like you getting lobbied and getting $100,000 to make a garbage policy versus like I don't know, taking tax dollars and taxing people who make this sort of income in your area to pay for a new park or some shit.
I don't know, because it sounds all,
It
great
sounds so
and
easy to
everything.
do. I
Yeah,
know
it sounds
easy to
great
do, but
and
it
everything.
really
Like, oh
is.
yeah, we
It's,
could totally do it.
that's
It
like
does,
years
no,
of
we
work.
can't.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we-
fundamental
easy.
change from how our politics have worked forever, really. I mean, both parties do it too, right? I mean, the
Greed's gonna be
Republicans
everywhere.
get money
Yeah,
from
I mean,
big
yeah,
corporations
no one,
that
no
want
one's
less,
innocent. No one
Yeah.
is innocent.
and
Whether
Democrats get money from all the fucking liberal shit.
I actually think I have a way of solving this entirely. I think lobbying in entirety should be eliminated.
Yes.
No lobbying. Money should not be donated to
Right.
any potential campaign or candidate's campaign. And when like
How are they
I
gonna do
think
campaign
parties
events?
should pick
well,
their
lobbying is a great thing by nature because it
Yeah.
allows people like you and me to advocate for policies
Without money.
that normally, yeah, I know.
It
but,
needs to be
you know,
grassroots. We all sign a petition. We all get behind something and then go and lobby for it. It's
So
not.
okay,
No, I don't think that money should be in lobbying. I
So-
think lobbying
I
is
think money
like a
should be involved in
fundamental thing
politics,
to democracy,
period.
though.
That's just a way of incorporating.
what? Okay, so sorry. So I'm gonna go off of yours, Joe. What if I'm just gonna play devil's advocate on this
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
So say we do no money in lobbying, like you can't like give money to like the party or whatever that is voting and all that shit.
Yeah.
What about, so you're saying like if we sign a petition and all that, like what stops them from like having a bunch of people just go out and like say, oh, here's $5 if you sign this paper and say, you want to do whatever the fuck they're
Well, here's my thing.
stupid
Like
ass petition
petitions,
is.
not really. Like when you get to the federal level, it's not.
I guess, well,
Petition's
yeah,
not the right word. Once you get to that level
but no, I
of
get you.
government, like the way it should be run, donations are fine. You should be able to donate to political campaigns, right? Like if I want
Yeah,
to donate
support,
to fucking Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders, I should be able to do that, and I should be able to give as much as I want
As
up
much
to a
as you
certain.
want.
I mean, up to a certain amount. And if I'm
Yeah.
a billionaire,
what's your
I
certain
shouldn't
amount?
be able to give billions of dollars.
Single-handedly fund that.
Well, no one's
Right.
giving, no one's giving billions of dollars. It's like
No, but theoretically,
We're in the
I would look into
millions.
that.
We're in the
I would look into
millions.
that, Nate. I mean, they're giving tens of millions, hundreds of
Yeah,
millions
but
of
that's
dollars.
There is a ton of money involved into it.
no, I get that. I get that, but like one single person's not giving $1 billion to
Close.
no,
a
it's
party.
corporations
Quite a
and
bit.
conglomerates.
Well, yeah, that's a whole fucking
don't think
thing.
money should be involved in politics, period. just because it's just a way for corruption to enter the system. If
It's always
there
going to be corrupt, though. Capitalism is corrupt. How are
Yeah.
you going to get past it?
had like just no like just you had like the set like what do you call that where they have all the candidates up on stage debates or whatever.
Debates, yeah.
Debate.
Yeah, if you just had those like nationally sponsored like through taxes or whatever, and there
Well-
was no money involved, nothing else besides those, just that, and it's based off their policies and whatnot, what they say they want to do, I think there'd be way less corruption and there'd be
Well,
way less.
There's a few
because-
things with that, John. Like, one,
don't
you're
even
getting
do that
tax
anymore.
money involved for, and I get it. It benefits both parties because you're paying for just a debate, right? So like, but it's an equal stage basically. But the thing is, like, rallies and stuff like that are important to get movement in different states. Like,
Yeah.
you need rallies around the country to get your message across individually to each state. So those things are important, and for that to happen, these campaigns need money. Which then, if you fund campaigns, you can't fund campaigns through taxpayer money because that's just
No, I'm not saying
Wrong.
fund like campaigns. I don't think campaigns really. I don't know. They definitely should be off taxpayer money. I don't think they should be off of like really. I don't. I
Well, I don't think at all they're on taxpayer money unless you count like a senator's salary or something like that.
Yeah, their salaries are, but like I don't.
But yeah.
I think there should be as little involvement of money as possible in campaigning.
I agree.
In any presidential election, I mean that's just stupid in a way for corruption to enter the system.
I agree. And the money that they do make should be from citizens that can donate $25 to their campaign because they believe in their message. That should be the money they're making, right? Is from a citizen that donates $25, and you get millions of people to donate $25, and you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
No. Fair.
And then, I mean, that's how it should work. Not these companies that are billion-dollar companies donating hundreds of millions of dollars because they think that politician's going to have one policy that benefits their company.
It's big for him though.
Most companies that do it because taxes, right? I mean, most of them don't give a fuck about like gun control or immigration or abortion.
I mean, there's definitely
or,
companies that have like either liberal ties or like
Yeah,
Republican ties.
That's true, but if you're talking
Or
about a
conservative ties, I guess.
multi-billion-dollar company, they're usually doing it because they're trying to get a tax break at the end of it.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. I think our whole political system is pretty fucking flawed. Though.
There's a lot of. I mean, you can find shit in anyone's political system, to be honest. But
Just a lot of loopholes.
I think
yeah,
politics just
that's.
fit-
I mean, in some of those loopholes they know about, and they're just not going to
Yeah,
change
well,
them
I
because
mean, a lot of times, bills and like policy in general is made to where it's worded to where loopholes
Yeah,
arise. Like
specifically
they're
just, like-
purposely made for loopholes.
yeah,
to
purposely
be
put
there.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, shit. Just think about how many like rich people have gotten out paying like a very minor percentage on taxes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they
Easy.
just send their money across the world somewhere that there's no taxes.
The more money you make, the shit, the easier it is to fucking hide it. Apparently,
Short banks.
yeah, shit like that.
I'm looking for a webcam right now. I don't
I
think
don't
I
know.
have one.
It's just like back to your point, Dom. Too. You said it's capitalism. There's going to be corruption. Like I
mean,
get
I
that.
think
I
that-
get that. We work on
Yeah.
a really liberal economic base where it's like anything goes pretty much, right? If you can make money, make money. That's basically what capitalism is. But also at the same time, as a society, as we advance, we have to start identifying corruption, identifying the things that are failing in capitalism, because nothing's perfect. Like capitalism might seem perfect, and I think it's obviously the best structure the world's ever seen for making money and things like that. But there's a lot of flaws, like inequality and corruption and things like that. And when you see those things, you have to address them and figure out ways to fix it. You can't just accept that it's like there's problems with
But-
capitalism.
The way you have to think about it is the people that are making our laws and everything like that are the guys that have already made it, or the guys and
Yeah.
women that have already made it. So it's what are they going to do? I mean, you think about it. What are they gonna do? A couple thousand of people hate them because they're losing their ass because they're not making any fucking money anymore. They were in the middle class, now they're in the lower class. Like they
But
don't give a shit.
but my thing is like, there's nothing wrong with having people in government that are rich that have made it.
Oh, yeah, I
Like
mean that's
like
not a
I
problem.
mean, I don't think we necessarily want a government of all like really poor people,
No, no, not at all.
because then you have other problems with the corruption if they're not taken care of themselves.
Ideally,
Yeah.
I think it should be made up of people from every single class.
Yeah, and it should be the smartest people with the best ideas. And I agree, I don't think I'd make a good politician necessarily, but like
I would.
I think
I
the
wouldn't.
politicians obviously should be the people that are successful and the best suited for it, but
Well,
they
yeah.
should also at the same time understand their position and realize that they're working for us. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
mean, again, it's we're talking perfect world shit.
Not really. How is that perfect
I mean,
world? There's
because
plenty
well,
of
because
morally right
no,
people
I
out
get
there
that, but
that
there
understand.
it takes one bad apple.
Yeah,
It takes
then
it
you get
literally
them the
takes.
fuck out, and you change the rules so you can't be
How
a
are you
bad
gonna?
apple.
Oh my! I mean, sure,
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is way too much of a complex topic.
it
What
is. It is.
does
It's
while we're
it's
getting
like how do you root out corruption? Like you can't. I mean, you can try as hard as you want. It'll still fucking
It's
find
not
its
really
way.
corruption. Like, why you call? I don't get corruption.
I mean, corruption. I mean,
Yeah,
what do you want to call it? Just greed?
Yeah, it's
Uh,
kind of, it definitely is corruption. I mean,
I mean,
I
yeah,
would call it
greed. I would call it
corruption.
greed. Yeah.
Corruption or greed. I'd call it one of those. I mean, that's where it roots
They
from.
fall under the same category, do they not?
Yeah, I would say they're pretty much the same. I mean, why would
Yeah,
you?
I guess it could be
Why
corruption.
would something be corrupt? It's because
Greed is
someone wants
just
more
more
money.
of a focused lens of looking at a form of corruption,
I guess corruption's
Yeah.
right. They're making policies based on their personal interests
It's
instead
personal
of
gain. They wanna make more money, or they
yeah.
want to be more
yeah, they're
powerful,
not
or
getting
whatever the hell.
public's best interest.
That's
They're
true.
doing it for them.
It's all for personal gain. I mean, not everyone, obviously. I'm not speaking for everyone. Obviously, there's definitely good people out there that they made it. They don't need anything more. And they're happy with what they have.
And they're doing what's
But there's
right for the
no, definitely.
welfare of everybody.
No, there's definitely people like that, but I'm just saying there's definitely people that are on the other side of that aren't even in politics that can, sway it like we were talking about
Mhm.
earlier
And like
and all that.
we have
So
to view it as like the United States is the most like successful country the world's ever seen. You know what I mean? Like you can't really shit on it that much because like.
Debatably.
But I mean,
debatable,
it's
yeah.
pretty damn easy to make like a middle class income in this country and live a perfectly fine, healthy life. That's not really
I
hard.
mean I'd say we're definitely
That's not really hard to
definitely
do in this country. That's what my point, which is a good thing. That means something's succeeding. But as we move forward, we start to see this problem where there's these like uneven distribution of wealth too.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz the 1% has more money than what is it? There's a stat for it or something like that.
You
More
got
money
guys like
than
Bezos, Bill Gates, and Warren Buffett that own more money than like.
It's like
And-
it's like the top 1% owns more money than the rest of the world combined.
yeah, some just
And
crazy
Amazon
fucking
didn't
stat.
pay a cent in taxes.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
fucked.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos, fuck Jeff Bezos. Bill Gates, though, that man's a fucking saint. I want to hear fucking.
Speaking of Bill Gates,
He's doing a
have
lot
you
of
Yeah,
good
guys-
dude.
things.
Have you guys seen?
Eradicated polio, and nobody fucking talks about that.
Dude, speaking of him in polio, did you see that fake article where it's like, Bill Gates and his wife went to, where was it? I'm gonna look it up. But it was like they went to some country and were like, quote unquote, testing vaccines, and I'm pretty sure they. Hang on, let me look it up real quick.
What website was this on?
It's
Yeah,
like a conspiracy theory.
Well, yeah, obviously
He
it's
just
supposed to
stepped down
some-
a few days ago from the board of Microsoft to just focus on his philanthropy.
which is fine. I mean, that dude's made it already. He's plenty made it.
he's loaded. He's still fucking like he still gets like what is it like fucking 30% or something from their total earnings.
Oh, I'm sure he makes plenty off of Microsoft still.
Dude's a fucking saint. I want to hear bad.
He went to the
But-
board
but-
because he's like, I'm not gonna run day-to-day operations
John,
anymore.
I get he's a saint, but he has
I
more
agree.
money than he or his family would ever need.
Oh well, yeah.
I agree with that. And
But who's gonna tell him that he doesn't like?
said that he would pay more on taxes if allowed to.
That's good. That's good.
Would fucking
But
do.
I'm just saying, who's gonna be like, hey, Bill Gates, I know you made all this money, legit. Like this is your money and you made it, but we need it. Like
The government.
I get. Okay, but he's still paying taxes. It's not like he's not doing his
Right. So raise
civil
those
duty and paying
taxes.
taxes.
Raise those taxes.
Yeah.
Okay,
but
I
Bill
get that.
Gates specifically like talked about how fucked up the tax system is and how he thinks that he has like an obligation to like give more back to the
Change
community.
it, yeah.
And that's why he's doing things like he is, where he started his foundation that gives billions of dollars away and cures fucking
actually,
diseases.
most of his entire wealth. Warren Buffett gave his entire wealth to Bill Gates just to give it to Flame.
Yeah.
Bill
Which
Gates-
Warren
is good.
Buffett. Did you know Warren Buffett didn't give any money to his kids? Any money?
That's fucked, dude. I'd be.
It's really fucked.
I'd be
The dude's
fucking
worth
all about-
billions of dollars, and he didn't give anything to his kids.
I mean, that would kind of.
Yeah, I'd be pretty fucking ticked
I'd be
off.
fucking pissed. Not that he doesn't have connections to like. I mean, he like helped him out. Obviously, like he helped his kids out with like connections and shit like that. So not like they're not doing good, but like, I'd be like, are you Dad? What the fuck? You have billions of dollars. You couldn't have just given me like 100 million. Fuck.
Yeah. Or just even 50 million, really. That,
Shit, I'll take anything. I mean,
yeah. Time to move on to the next topic.
we got Hornets,
Got
Killer
Hornets.
Boys.
Killer Hornets.
All right, here it is. I think
Let's
I
hear this.
All right, so anti-vaxxers, Bill Gates has a foundation, and where him and his wife, like, I guess, collect money to raise for vaccines for kids in Africa.
Right,
for
because they
polio.
eradicated polio. Yeah.
Yeah, and so anti-vaxxers spread a conspiracy theory about Bill Gates and India's polio vaccination. So they claimed that Bill Gates and his wife gave 496,000 children polio because of the vaccination that they were giving them.
I mean, technically, yeah. I mean, the vaccination is polio.
Like they said that they like paralyzed almost 500,000 children.
Dude, it's
because of the vaccine.
anti-vaxxers.
No.
Yeah, I know.
It's the dumbest fucking people on this
I
planet.
didn't say it's true. I'm just saying that's an actual conspiracy that people are making.
I mean, we're just trying to disprove it, is all.
No, I think we should just honestly stop talking about anti-vaxxers just because we can
John's
let
gonna-
How stupid
John's
they
gonna
are.
fucking
let
freak.
Darwinism breed them out of the population.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll be gone before
Right?
you know it.
Yeah. They're yeah,
We should call this
retarded.
episode "Natural Selection."
Yeah.
True. The people that drink bleach, natural selection. The
Natural selection.
anti-vaxxers, natural
Natural
selection.
selection.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
how
There's
it works.
the,
It works its charm.
I'm so surprised that people like once the vaccine comes out for like COVID-19, I want to see what the anti-vaxxers
Don't take it. Don't take it.
Yeah.
and or do like I don't know. I can't honestly just fathom how stupid that is. Like I just really can't.
Dude, they're planting chips in us and shit like that, apparently,
All right.
and all
So
that.
I'm gonna turn this argument a different direction now. More
right.
controversial here.
Oh
discussion.
God, here we
So-
go.
Okay.
So these people that believe in vaccines so much, right? But then don't believe in things like global warming
I believe
and other scientifically proven things. Where's the
Proven
disconnect
is
there?
hard to do with science. You can't say proven with
A
science.
theory.
Very
I
well
mean-
supported
All
theories.
theories.
Okay.
I mean, well, just yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sorry.
But how can you say, like, how can you shit talk on like the anti-vaxxers that don't believe in science, and then not believe in global warming?
What you believe?
But you're shit.
No,
You're
I mean,
shit
I know,
talking
I'm
science.
just- No,
Science
I'm
is
just,
science.
Okay, so I
mean-
wish I had an answer for you, Joe, but I
Yeah, I'm trying to
personally don't
rationalize
suffer
for
from
you.
such a disconnect, so I really can't make that non-connection. Like I believe in both of these things.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
it's. I mean, you can't. You have to like rationalize for him. You
but
gotta be like,
I know-
oh,
I
you
mean,
it's
know,
I've
hard to
heard people-
rationalize something so
Yeah.
irrational.
I've heard a lot of people on TV that I'm sure believe in vaccines that will just not believe in global warming.
I don't know. I find the idea of all anti-vaxxers not believing in global warming a lot more, what do you call that? prudent among that population than just the population of people that believe in vaccines don't believe in global.
So you think there's more anti-vaxxers that believe in global warming?
That don't believe in global warming.
Oh yeah, those people are just idiots.
Yeah, flat out stupid. So like most anti-vaxxers don't.
I mean,
believe
there's definitely a lot of people that don't believe in global
I don't know,
warming.
dude.
So,
Anti-vax is a pretty anti-vax
do
is a
an-
pretty liberal movement. Like,
do anti-vaxxers not believe in science, or do they not believe in medication?
They don't believe in either.
That's okay.
I think most
And
anti-vaxxers
they don't. Well,
would
and
consider
there are a
themselves
lot
more
of
liberal.
like, they're kind of against government too usually, because like there's some out there that think that um the government's like planning shit, like I was saying earlier, like planning shit in your body that tracks you and shit like that. There's
Yeah.
some crazy
There's a
conspiracy
bunch
theories
of
about that
shit.
shit.
Like they say that like vaccines give you autism.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I
yeah. I
know
forgot about
that.
that.
I
That
know
whole
that.
fucking.
That's just.
Did you ever hear about that? Because it was a book published by like a doctor or whatever that said that vaccines can cause autism. That doctor, what is it called? Whenever you like, is it like disembarred or whatever? Whenever a doctor gets like
That's a lawyer.
revoked.
They get their license stripped.
Yeah, he got his license stripped, everything like that, because it was just it was the facts were just retarded. It didn't fit it at all.
Yeah, they'll strip your license. That's against
Literally-
the code of whatever it's
It's
they
called
take it-
doctor's code.
They take
yeah,
an oath,
there's
that they can't purposely hurt people.
Yeah,
and that would be considerably hurting people essentially.
but yeah, no, that's that guy got his license stripped because
Yeah,
of
I
saying
believe it.
this.
I mean,
like
Which is, I mean, it's fair. I mean, he made so many people think that vaccines are bad, like
yeah, it's
because
fucking wrong.
it can cause autism. But just, I mean, you think about the massive amount of numbers of people who have got vaccinations, like
Yeah.
me, you, all
all
four of us
Yes.
have gotten vaccinations,
almost
and
everyone we know.
yeah,
That's
literally.
how you eradicate diseases.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. Well, isn't there like rules that you can't go to like school and stuff like that?
There
without-
are some.
Yeah,
Like,
some
there
of
are
them, yeah.
some.
Just imagine we found cures for some of the most deadly fucking diseases that have plagued humans.
Yeah.
And we would have them completely eradicated if it wasn't for this stupid group of individuals.
Yeah, but there's a group of individuals that think that that's a bad thing somehow.
And these fucking idiots, unfortunately, hold the rest of society away from just fucking like.
Okay, so
Yeah.
to shed a little light on this gloomy topic, I actually there's a Reddit page I follow. It's like anti-vax shit. It just makes fun of like vaccinated people or like anti-vax people.
I was gonna say,
And,
what are you gonna make fun?
No, it makes fun of anti-vax people. I'm sorry. Anyway, I actually see like a good amount of posts of like teenagers who are like turning 18 and are like, all right, I'm getting vaccinated. Like, there's
Like
like
that
a
were
whole
anti-vax?
yeah,
Or
there's
that their
like a
parents were
whole like
anti-vax or whatever?
yeah,
Sorry.
their parents are like anti-vax, and if they don't have someone to like sign for them for their vaccines and stuff, when they turn 18, they go and get them. And
Yeah. I think it's a
I don't
lot.
know. It's like a lot of
I think it's a lot
fucked up
smaller of a
shit.
population, honestly, than we might think
I mean,
it
really,
is.
yeah.
Like, I mean, when you hear people say like anti-vax, you think there's like I mean, there's a movement for
giant
it, certainly.
movement.
Like a big army of it.
There definitely is a movement, but I think most normal people realize the stupidity in it, which, I mean,
Yeah.
that's encouraging.
I mean, there's definitely been like people, like at least like famous people, like what is it, Jenny McCartney,
Yeah,
that
like actors
believes
and
that her
actresses, yeah.
that her son
Yeah, they're
got
like
autism because of it or
like
whatever.
nice joke about that where he's like Jenny McCarthy said doesn't want to vaccinate her kid because she thinks it causes autism, and he's like, is it really autism or is it just Jenny
Jenny
McCarthy?
McCarthy's kid.
Just shitty genetics.
I remember that part.
Yeah, it's just mind-boggling. It's just basic like elementary like.
Are you,
Shit,
John? Are you
biology.
born with autism, or what is the?
born with it, yeah.
Okay,
It's not a developed thing.
I didn't know for sure.
To the best of my knowledge, yeah, it's not a developmental
Okay.
thing.
Well, yeah, obviously it's always theory.
It's a
become more
spectrum.
prominent along the years, but you're born with it. It's a
And autism's definitely a spectrum. Like, there's functioning people with
Yeah.
autism out there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
plenty, and there's plenty of like very successful people that have autism. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it's honestly it kind of helps them. Some of
a
them.
lot of like there's a higher percentage of I think it's savants there's a higher percentage of them that are autistic or have syndrome.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of them that are. Yeah.
It's definitely not. I mean, unless it's like a severe case, obviously that's that's screwed. But it's definitely not something that's gonna it has to hinder everything.
No.
You're not gonna be a vegetable with it.
No, and like just because somebody has autism does not mean that they can't be a functioning human being.
No,
I mean,
not at all.
granted, there are some cases where you're not able to function.
Well,
like
yeah.
a human being, but every single one of those individuals more or less has the capability of being productive.
What
for
is
society.
what causes autism, right? So like, I mean, you think Down syndrome, there's a physical,
Extra chromosome.
right? But autism, it seems like more of just your something in your learning ability, something in your
Yeah, I think it's like developmental, like your brain is slower at developing different parts. So like you can have like a social autism in the form of like Asperger's or
Yeah.
something, or you can have more. I guess it would be like a. I don't know what the term for
Yeah.
it. Hang on,
I
let me
guess, but
pull
at
out
the
the
end,
trusty old book.
at the end of the day, that has to be caused by a physical mutation somewhere in the body, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a
It's
brain
a born
development
thing.
type thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Let's
yeah,
see here.
yeah.
Let's see what my book has to say.
Developmental disorder characterized by like social interaction, communication, shit like that, and like repetitive behavior is another one.
Yeah, it comes from that vaccine you took. That you remember that polio vaccine you got back in the day?
Yeah.
The one that fucks up your DNA, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with the way that your fucking parents raised you or anything like that, or any fucking.
No, nature versus nurture. That's a whole lie. It's actually vaccines versus nature and nurture.
All right, so
Yeah.
according to my book, autism is a developmental disability that typically appears during the first 3 years of life. Although people are diagnosed with autism are considered to have severe disability, the range and ability level with the group is varied. Let's see if there's actually more important stuff here.
Hear me out.
Six
Why
or
don't
more
they
any
just
of the-
wait? Why don't they just wait till like 5 years old and then start vaccinating them? That's, I mean, it's stupid either way, but like it could prove, either way a little bit better.
I mean, I don't think.
Either way, it's stupid either way, but
Yeah, I don't know exactly.
just kind of put some scientific reasoning in it. A little bit of
So-
scientific method.
So autism,
Well,
I mean, it's just a
the problem
DNA.
is, don't fucking believe in science essentially at all. Apparently. But, yeah.
So autism is just a DNA. It's in your DNA.
I don't think. I think it's
Well, everything about you is
developmental.
It's kind
it's
of
developmental, so it's like more in your brain. Than
Right,
in your,
but I mean that's got to be a.
I mean, that comes from your DNA.
I'm asking the physical. What is physically wrong with someone with? Because something has to be physically wrong with someone with autism to have that problem in their brain, right?
Technically, yeah.
Yeah. Like I mean, like I said,
I
Down
mean, your body.
syndromes. We can say physically you have an extra chromosome.
So I mean, like what you're saying, Joe. I'm guessing it's like, obviously your body's made up of DNA, and
Yeah.
like your DNA makes you how you are.
Right.
So like obviously
so
something has to be wrong with that to
So
make
somewhere
you.
in your DNA, there's something in there
This
that's
is what my book says.
coded for autism. Or yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's brain. If I'm not incorrect, I'm pretty sure it has to do with like brain function and or structure. So it would more than likely.
It is brain function. It is brain function.
I mean, John, how much of the genome have we even mapped yet? Do you even know? Do you know, by chance?
Off the top of my head, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's a lot.
Like of like
the entire human genome? No, we haven't. I'm pretty sure we've done quite a bit.
I mean, it's
a pretty hard question though, because you're talking about just
the diversity. Yeah, I
tons
mean,
of information too. Yeah. No, I get you.
All right, so according to Google,
I thought it was kind of a low number, to be honest.
The human body has about 3 billion base pairs, but only about 4% of those pairs constitute DNA that affect gene function. We have no idea what the other purpose of the 96% of the base pairs. So I mean,
would that be
tells you is like, yes, we barely know. I mean, we know like what we know, and it's a fuck ton about the like human genome, but like 96% of it, we have no clue what it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're talking about
for
like
nothing or
the complexity of it is the fucking problem.
Yeah,
It's like talking about like all those base pairs are just made up of four nucleotides. What they are, 4 different kinds. You have guanine, cytosine, adenine, thymine. You got your entire genome made up of those 4 entire nucleotides. So, like looking at like patterns of like their like how those like guanine and adenine pair together. I think.
Yeah,
Cytosine,
can only
thymine.
specific pairs pair together, and the other 2 can only pair with
Yeah.
the other 2.
Yeah, I for some reason can't fucking think of it because I'm drunk. But yeah, it's like guanine and adenine, I think. Oh, no, guanine and adenine are purines, I think, and cytosine and thymine are pyrimidines and purines match together. So it has to do with their chemical shit. I'm kind of drunk. I don't really want to go
Some
back to
deep
biology.
shit. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand.
It's fucking complicated. It's really
This is too
complicated.
much for the greasy boys.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
when
Yeah, I
it
was
gets
gonna say,
that
we're
complicated, I don't really
we're called
understand it.
greasy science boys.
We're in
Yeah.
over our heads in this conversation.
Anyways,
Absolutely.
certain base pairs partner with each other, and there's 4 of them, and they all pair up together, one with another, and then they like that's the entirety of your gene. Like a gene could be like, the wrong way of saying it. So like, for instance, your eye color can be made up of like like I don't want to get into genetics. It's extremely complicated how this works because you've got like those 30 billion or 30 million base pairs, and that refers to just simply like a G and a C connecting together or whatever it is.
Yeah. So there's
Like,
millions of pairs that make up the
E-
smallest thing of a gene that we even understand.
Yeah, like your like gene just for like fucking eye color is probably like 23 pairs long or
Yeah.
whatever fucking section of whatever 23 chromosomes that you have.
I mean, it's cool to talk. It's cool to think about. I don't know. Science like that, I mean, that's hard to even understand when it gets that crazy, to be honest.
Yeah, I like genetics, but like it's so fucking difficult. Like I can't really explain it to people, and or by the time I start trying to explain it to people, I end up just like confusing myself about it. It's a fucking hard topic, dude. I can do it while I'm sober. While I'm drunk, I'm just gonna end up confusing the fuck out of myself. But you know,
I think what we're getting out of this is just the scope of it is a little bit bigger to comprehend for really anyone,
True.
especially people
Especially
listening to this and all of and especially me, Joe, and I'm guessing Nate too, but Nate seems like he knows a little bit more than I do at this point.
I
So
still have no clue.
I mean, I don't even think the smartest of whatever they call them, geneticists or whatever the hell
Yeah.
they want to call themselves, even really understand this shit. To be
No,
honest.
I don't know. It's cool to talk about. I enjoy talking about it though, cause like,
It's definitely cool, like to
Yeah,
talk
no,
about and
it's
learn
it's
about.
interesting. I mean, you learn about yourself at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, you're learning why you are what you are.
Right.
So
So it's cool to talk about, but you're right. It's just not. It's
it's just, I mean,
uncomprehendable. Yeah.
I mean, if we could, if we knew everything, then yeah, it'd be fucking awesome. But most we're gonna get out of our genes right now, at least for like the common people, is gonna be a little 21andMe
the problem with
Hmm.
where you're from.
it's a lot easier to understand genetics. So like I learned genetics. Like when I took genetics, like we did shit with like pea plants, just because like their genome is a lot. It's not simple, but it's a lot more simple per se than like even like an animal, even or humans. Like humans are extremely complex. Like we got 23 pairs of chromosomes, I think, right?
Shit, I
23.
hope we're a lot more complex than a fucking plant. I can tell you that.
Some plants have more chromosomes than we do. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, fuck those plants.
Yeah.
Fuck those
Crazy.
plants.
I know a lot of animals have more chromosomes than we do. A lot more.
Really?
Just in the wrong
I didn't know.
places.
Yeah, apparently it didn't give them the development like we get. They get the big bones and all that shit. We get the big brain.
Big brains on Brad.
Hey.
All right. Speaking of animals
And big animals at
and
that.
big animals, at that. Good point, Dom.
Boom. Thank
Big
you.
How about
animals,
these killer hornets that have been coming to the United States?
Scary as shit. I hate bees and I hate wasps. I hate I hate them all.
Yeah.
That's got such a massive potential, just fucking over our entire ecosystem. It's not even fun.
Dude, like just the name Killer Hornets is like
Yeah,
fucked.
this is not so good. I mean, it
I
doesn't
thought it
really
was the
kill that.
murder hornet.
Yeah.
It's not even that. 'Cause it doesn't really even like kill that many people. I think in Japan, where they're most prominent, I think it says they kill like 50 a year. So
Yeah,
it's, I mean,
supposedly you gotta get stung by like a
Or
bunch of them
they're
at once.
So
Dude, they're probably like bees, where if they sting you, they release pheromones, and then they all come sting you.
Yeah.
yeah, literally.
Just fucks you
But the,
up.
the name
like- it's
Killer
like it's-
Hornet makes it sound like if I ran into one of these motherfuckers walking
Yeah.
It just
outside,
kills you once.
it's just gonna
yeah.
one tap me.
Yeah.
it's gonna one tap headshot.
No hit markers
you,
on those bitches.
Yeah, dude. Like the name scares the fuck out of me.
No,
Oh,
me and John were
Dude,
talking about this the other
They
day.
look
I
pretty
mean,
creepy.
Yeah, this shit's got like potential to like fuck up our entire ecosystem. Like,
yeah,
because like they kill like honeybees and whatnot, right? And I'll tell you why after. The Japan's like actually like okay, like the killer hornets came from Japan.
yeah. That's why
They've got a certain kind of bees that are like are not immune to the killer bees, but they don't like. I don't remember exactly what it is, but they're able to coexist. But
probably
like
because
these
of evolution for a
hornets,
long time.
yeah, they're like immune to like their venom or something. But these hornets will kill bees, and so basically, if bees are a pretty keystone species for ecosystems, really.
Mhm.
So if
Yeah.
you fucking like end up eradicating that keystone species, your whole ecosystem is gonna like essentially fail. It's gonna fall apart. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean,
Yeah, I mean, you take out one of the major parts in it. Yeah, you're definitely gonna
you're
feel the
fucked.
ramifications. And I mean, I was hearing videos of it and like shit like that. I watched a couple of videos on it the other day, just kind of, I mean, just interested in it, obviously. And they're saying like crop yields will go down, obviously, because no pollination and shit like that, or not nearly as much pollination and all
Right.
that. So I mean, it definitely could, hit us hard, obviously, because if something like that does happen, then we are going to be, lower on food supply and all that kind of shit.
Like you really have to think about like what makes bees a keystone species really is because they don't just pollinate plants that you have to think of. It's what animals thrive off those plants and what those animals mean. to
Yeah.
other people.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Really
Yeah.
how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. I
It-
mean,
it-
we thrive off plants, dude. They create oxygen
Yeah.
for us, dude. That's like.
Yeah.
If plants aren't
I
growing,
mean,
we lose oxygen.
Yeah, we wouldn't be really limited much in the amount of oxygen that we lose if they were to take over, but we'd see a lot of like very bad detrimental effects just because it's just entirely fucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
see,
That's-
honeybees.
2020's been off to a rough start. I'll be honest. Like,
Yeah, we just keep
this
getting
has
hit.
been a strange year.
dude, what if we had to
Bro.
lock? What if we had to lock down again because swarms of killer wasps?
Oh, God.
Fuck.
Some shitty.
Dude,
horror.
I would not go outside,
I'd
dude.
get paid to go out and fuck up some killer hornets.
I would not
How
go
do you
outside.
fuck them up?
You'd
What do you do? You
see-
can't shoot them.
Yeah, how
that's
you
the
gonna shoot
problem.
them? They're tiny as shit. I mean, they're what are they? 2 inches or
You
whatever it
can't
is.
use your goddamn flip flop because that's in melee range.
Yeah, you know what's the most fucked up part about those killer bees? So like they've got like stingers that will go through bee suits. You can't use a bee suit because their stinger will go through that and even your clothing.
We're gonna
Yeah.
need to bring back like armor, dude.
They're like
down.
Walk
Wow.
around with juggernaut suits just trying to fuck some bees up.
what do they call those? What do they call their like pinchers? They're the things they eat with.
Stingers.
No, the things they eat with. The stingers on the butt.
Oh yeah, I
It's,
heard that. They're
they decapitate.
Yeah.
They decapitate a bee. They just go
supposedly they just mush it up and then carry it back
Yeah,
to their
like
fucking.
a little ball. They carry it like a fucking little ball. They decapitate them and then they fucking carry it back.
It's fucked, man.
They call us inhumane. Fuck, look at those little fuckers.
They better get some shit that gets sprayed to just kill these things.
No shit. We need some fucking what is it called? Raid or whatever the hell? We
Need
need some of
some-
that. We need some
Raid.
extreme raid.
Yeah, that
No,
doesn't
don't
kill
take
everything
that,
else
break it.
though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
'Cause
exactly. But
that's the problem with those is that you start killing everything that comes in
Well, yeah.
contact with it.
just yeah. Well,
Just the important message to take away from that: don't go huffing raid.
don't go huffing raid.
Definitely don't go
Jack
fucking
it,
raid.
drink it.
Or
Anyway,
do if you're trying to have a good night.
Shit.
yeah, baby.
Don't condone this. We are not condoning huffing raid at this point.
Maybe we should look into it to killing corona, like injecting it to kill
Yeah.
coronavirus.
We could.
Yeah.
maybe
what
Trump
if
was onto
raid
something here.
is the cure to coronavirus? I mean, we could be onto something.
I mean, if you're dead,
Microdosing raid.
coronavirus is also gonna die.
Yeah, that's a fucking good point, Nate.
Oh my
I think
God.
we're onto something, boys.
Yeah,
Jesus.
I don't know. I think they need to kill the or not killed, changed the name of killer hornets because that shit scared the fuck out of me. You know,
Yeah.
like
I thought like you just get stung, you'd be fucked.
yeah, I thought it was a one hit, one kill
When
kind of hornet.
Just one tap.
they're using the op.
Oh yeah, baby.
Using that intervention on good old Rust.
Luckily, it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
far from us here in Missouri, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean,
That doesn't mean it can't. It can't.
their way. I mean, like
Yeah.
anacondas from Florida, they're making their way up through like
I mean,
Georgia.
yeah, they flew over from Asia, so they found their way here somehow. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they'll get here.
Snakes on a
Okay.
plane.
Well, anacondas just came from like
Hornets
Pepsi
on a
and shit
boat.
like that. Yeah, they-
It's on a boat. It's a
That's our new
new
movie.
Samuel L. Jackson movie. He's gonna be in it.
Hornets on a boat.
Hornets on all these motherfucking hornets on this goddamn boat.
Yeah, dude, invasive species are a fucking problem, dude. Like not anacondas, fucking pythons in Florida. They're like making their way up through like Georgia and other places, and they're just fucking ruining
What
ecosystems.
kind of pythons? Didn't we already have pythons?
Like ball pythons. No, we never had pythons.
Never had a native python species.
I don't think
Never
so.
had native python. Nope.
Really? I never knew that.
Nope. All invasive. Yeah.
From like South America.
No, from Florida, because Florida, they
Well,
started because I think
I think they're
was-
invasive to Florida even.
I was gonna say, were they invasive to Florida or were they native to Florida?
Pretty sure.
They're not native to Florida. They were they're technically invasive to Florida. The problem was like I think it was Hurricane Katrina. Some hurricane came out.
Oh, kind of brought them in.
Shit, and like a bunch of them got released out in the wild, and they ended up fucking thriving and just decimating the fucking ecosystems there.
That's the thing though. Like there's some invasive species like that we've like brought in to ecosystems and stuff like that because we're trying to solve another
Rats in
problem.
Hawaii is one, actually, I'm pretty sure.
What?
Rats in Hawaii, I'm pretty sure, considered an invasive species.
Well, there's two different problems here. Like, invasive species happen naturally. Like, sometimes, right? Like,
Not really.
sometimes just
No.
our global
Migration.
travel. Yeah, sometimes global migration brings invasive species places. Like, I mean, that's how it works. But
But that's
that's
kind of
not-
that goes along with
It's not
evolution.
natural.
Like, I mean,
That's not considered natural. We're causing that.
right.
yeah. Well, the
No,
problem is,
I mean, we are natural beings. Our
I was gonna
progress
say,
is
how
natural.
can you call that unnatural? It's
If
I guess
something
in the-
comes over on a trade boat, right? Like say like some kind of algae or something is attached to the bottom of a boat.
Here's an example. That is invasive.
Yeah, so
That's-
we caused
Right,
that.
but
Yeah,
that's
that
invasive.
shipping of a boat is technically natural progress in l- animal life, right? Like we've
No, no,
I
no,
mean,
I'll
yeah,
give
but
you an
if that
example. I'll give
boat
you an example.
never traveled, then
right.
yeah,
but
but
Yeah.
that's like saying if that lion never killed a fucking
that boat
Yeah.
traveling is a part of natural progression. What's not natural is us intentionally finding a species like a python and being like, "Oh, this will be cool to have in my zoo in Florida," and they bring it down and
No.
put it in their zoo, and then a hurricane hits and releases all the pythons. That's
No, I'll
something
give
we
you an
could have seriously prevented. We can prevent other kinds now too, like the algae on a boat or something like that. But that's more natural than intentionally bringing over invasive species, and then something happens where it spreads uncontrollably.
I mean, yeah, it's more natural,
Right.
but like we are still causing it in like this chain of events of something that could have potentially never happened. Like if that boat was never there, that species does not like that algae does never never comes over.
I agree.
Yeah, but we're global now. There's no way
And
you
we
can
should
but,
find
prevent
ways
that
to
shit.
fix that.
Naturally,
Right, yeah.
naturally being like I understand the process because like we're also a part of like human life and
Mhm.
like that's something that we've made and that algae getting on there is a part of it. Like
Yeah.
it's a not necessarily instinct because it's a plant, but like its way of spreading itself
Right.
as like
I
I
guess
understand that.
my difference is intentional versus accidental, right? So like
Yeah.
like something attaching itself to a boat and spreading to the United States or a plane or however the hell things get here accidentally, that's something that like you can't really blame. Like sure we should try find ways to fix that, right? By like cleaning things or whatever, but
Yeah.
that's different than purposely bringing over invasive species.
Yeah, it's definitely different.
Yeah.
But I wasn't making an argument against like it not being different. I'm just
No,
saying
yeah.
like you're right about that's more natural, like if it gets on the bottom of a boat or something. But
But
it's
what
still
kind
like
of an invasive species is just a species that was not naturally there and has not naturally, you know,
Mhm.
yeah, and they can be a big
it
problem.
was brought there due to like other like human influence. Like that's a little. It's not really. I mean,
Right, but my argument is that invasive species have spread throughout the world in different ways. It's not always human driven
yeah,
spreading
And
invasive
there's
Yeah,
mass
but
species.
migrations. Yeah, there's definitely
if
mass
that
migrations that
happens, I
have
feel
happened
like
in the
it's
world.
more of a natural chain where things adapt to, you know, I
that
guess
happens like over periods of
incorporate.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
versus like
True.
an algae attaching on the bottom of a boat and instantly coming over to where
Right.
you
Yeah,
know thousands of years, hundreds of years, whatever, how long the time span is of
pythons
maybe
don't.
that algae coming and then getting eradicated and then coming back versus it just coming in a mass
Right.
all at once.
Yeah, you're right.
An example of that show too with the boats, a real life example, kind of what you were saying with algae, zebra mussels. Zebra mussels are an invasive species
Mhm.
because people take their boats from one body of water to like another lake or whatever, and zebra mussels will fuck up an ecosystem. Like they kill I forget what they kill. I think it's I want to say like fish or something maybe. I think is what they kill something important in the ecosystem and they end up like causing a huge problem.
Yeah.
The way they travel is from people's boats, so they grow on a boat and that person doesn't wash their boat in between and then they take it to another lake and they fuck up that lake.
Mhm.
You know, take it to wherever they go. I mean,
I guess like
see,
at what point does an invasive species just become like naturally a species?
it doesn't.
I mean, depends
But
if the ecosystem can really recover.
I mean, isn't that
Yeah,
like the progress of just nature? Like, I mean, species move around.
I mean, it's evolution.
it,
If the
not as much as you think they would. Because like through evolution, if evolution is correct, like those animals have evolved to be best suited to their habitats, right? So for like there had to be some sort of catastrophe or some sort of
For them to
situation
move.
to move. Yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So really, like there's not really a whole like really any invasive naturally occurring species right, that
I mean, you take
much.
like alligator gar in our rivers here, like those are invasive species that were brought over, and now they just like kill everything in the rivers pretty much.
Yeah, that's an
Well,
issue.
that's the pretty much the exact definition of species right there. Something that was brought over and you know not
You know, if
supposed to
it's
originally be there.
yeah, if it's eating, killing all the fish that are naturally there,
Yeah.
then it's ruining the ecosystem.
Yes.
All right. Next
killer
topic.
hornets, so
I
What's the
think we all
next
agree.
topic?
Yeah, it's bad.
Killer hornets are bad.
shit.
So how about those?
I mean, I think
I
killer
don't know.
hornets right now is kind of like a buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like
It's got the potential to completely just fuck up a lot of stuff. So back to my one point. So like Japan's okay because they have bees there that still pollinate their flowers and stuff.
mhm.
And those bees, since they're in the same environment as the killer hornets, they're able to still have plants be pollinated. These bees have like built up immunity to like the killer hornets venom or whatever it is that they do to kill
Yeah.
bees.
Whatever,
They
yeah.
built up an immunity, so they're okay. But us, on the other hand, the normal honeybee is not. So if the big thing with the wasps coming over here, they could essentially just kill all of our honeybees to the point where we have no bees to pollinate anything.
I mean, bees have already been pretty much endangered too, so it's a bad.
Yeah, those bees scare the shit out of me, though, to be honest.
I mean, the bee
Right?
population has always been a fucking problem, honestly, in the United States.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's still like it has the potential to just fuck up a lot
yeah.
of stuff
Absolutely.
because bees are a huge keystone species. They're like designated as a keystone species. But I don't know. It's scary to think about because, like, I mean, bees pollinate flowers. Those flowers are eaten by other mammals, other insects, even, and those mammals, those insects feed other animals, so like snakes or whatever, and then other
Yeah.
animals eat off. It's all the chain of the food chain, really. When you take out the keystone species, you end up fucking up the entire chain there. So.
Good one, Dom.
Check the podcast notes.
I'm gonna go get another beer real quick for our next topic.
Taking a
Mic
piss
off.
break. Piss break.
I took a piss. Probably gonna
I'm
take another
taking a
piss
piss
break.
break.
Come back to topics.
Piss break. We'll be back momentarily.
Yep.
And we'll be keep talking. We'll maybe doing some B talk. Who knows? We'll see.
We'll be back.
We'll be right back.
Yeah. No.
Battery low. Mic on.
Did everybody just leave the podcast at once there?
I think everybody left the podcast.
Wow.
Left the guest by himself.
Yeah. How are we doing, Nate? How's it going being the first ever guest on the Greasy Gang podcast?
You know, I feel pretty honored to be sitting here as the first official guest on the Greasy Boys podcast.
Yeah. It's a real honor,
You know,
I'm sure.
As the talent acquisition manager for the team, you know, I see a lot of great things happening for this podcast.
Absolutely.
You know, it might take a little bit to kind of get rolling here, but you know, we've been scouting around. I think we've seen a lot of good talent. We have had a couple inquiries, not necessarily getting responses back, but you know, that just kind of comes with the publication process of the podcast and
Yeah.
you know, getting the name out there.
Comes with the absolutely.
But hey, everyone's got to start somewhere, you know.
I agree.
Comes with the territory.
How do y'all feel about the podcast so far? I mean, I feel like it's going pretty good. Last week's was I think a overall success.
Yeah.
For the, you know, the startup. And
It's enjoyable.
what are your guys' opinions so far?
Yeah, I'm enjoying the podcast life. To be honest,
Just talking, having a good time, drinking beer.
Having a good time.
really, it's
chilling
what
with
we,
the
it's what we
boys.
do. It's what we do. Honestly, all the time. It's just more.
Structured a little bit.
Honestly,
just
more
kinda
it's
recording
more
it, yeah.
structure. Yeah, more structure and kind of more meaningful conversations too, because we kind of have like things to talk about that we usually don't
Stuff
talk
that
about.
maybe matters
and-
a little more than what we
Yeah,
normally talk about.
exactly. Yeah, because most of the stuff we talk about is kind of just,
Bullshit.
yeah,
It's
just
just
a
bullshit.
lot of BS, a lot of BS to be honest. But no, I really think this is a good thing. It's fun. It's definitely fun. I think, I mean, some people probably like the viewpoints we give too. So you know, there it is.
All right, looks like we're moving forward to conspiracy of the week.
Ooh,
I feel
the
like we've already
conspiracy
touched
week.
on a few different ones somehow.
Yeah.
John, you better get back. We're talking about the conspiracy of the week. It's getting interesting.
Make some queso real quick.
I know I kind of blew my load too early this week, but I will say that Bill Gates conspiracy is probably my favorite one this week. At
That
least
Bill Gates
from what
conspiracy is
I've
nutty. That's
from
weird.
what I've kind of collected. I haven't really researched a whole lot of conspiracies this week. I will say I'm a little ill prepared.
We might have to look into that one, Nate, for next week's conspiracy theory.
It's a,
Is it? I mean, is
it's
it
a
pretty
strange one.
juicy? Is there a lot
I
to
mean,
it?
there's not a whole lot to it. It's kind of just like it started as a Facebook thing, and the
Yeah.
anti-vax, like as an anti-vax thing, and it really just like took off in that community, I guess. And I mean, instantly Facebook put out, you know, their whole like fact check thing, and it instantly was like, this is the most false thing ever. Like, why are people believe? And I think like anti-vaxxers probably still believe in that. I mean,
Yeah.
if something like that takes off in a community like anti-vax, what makes you think they're just gonna be like, oh, you're right, it didn't happen? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like anti-vax people kind of have their own viewpoint on a lot of things, and they
Pretty fucking stupid people.
even if they get told they're wrong, they're still gonna say they're right. So
Yeah, well, yeah. Ignorance
just
is bliss, guys.
yeah, with them,
Alright,
it's
so-
it's a tough struggle to prove them wrong.
So this week's conspiracy theory.
What do we got this week?
Let's see. We could start with the conspiracies around 9/11.
9/11. That's a good one.
Bush did 9/11. Is
Bush
that a
did?
conspiracy?
I don't personally
hey,
think
that
there's
we're
any
referring
conspiracy
to?
around 9/11, but there's a lot of people that do.
There's a
okay,
lot
so
of people that
we'll set
believe
the
that
stage
stuff.
here. We'll set the stage. So, I mean, 9/11 is obviously rooted in conspiracy just because things that happened prior, the way it happened, everything like that.
I mean, any global event's really gonna be shrouded in
Oh my gosh,
conspiracy.
yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
It's also it's just entertaining how crazy some ideas people come up with.
Oh yeah, you watch Ancient Aliens for about 2 hours and you'll just you'll think anything. Honestly, you get that guy with the
It's
alien,
true.
aliens, and it's just everything.
Aliens.
Everything.
Turn into him. Like,
Yeah, you're like, oh shit, is it?
Yeah,
The
you do look-
pyramids are.
So 9/11. Let's see. Anybody have a conspiracy that they might, think is interesting about it? Maybe not
So-
believe in.
Like,
Maybe
I
do
mean,
believe in.
It's interesting.
I
or,
I don't believe in any 9/11 conspiracies.
I think shit. You guys, none of you guys do.
No.
No.
I mean,
Shit,
I
I
can
think-
see
It doesn't
some
have to
stuff.
be you believe. It could just be you think it's something.
I
That's,
think there's
Why-
credible theories too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think there's stuff that makes sense that doesn't really have that many holes poked into it that you can say
Like what?
that hey, that might be true. I mean,
are you
I don't think the whole
referring
Bush
to?
did 9/11 thing. I mean, it you can't really push it back to Bush. It's hard to trace it back to him is the thing. So I'll
but
just
here's
say
the
that
thing.
like
Well,
So
that,
you
that's
wanna go
just
with
the
it?
meme.
All right. So
That was just the meme.
I'll give one out. So the twin towers were built out of steel, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And they
steel
found
framed,
evidence
I guess.
in the rubble that the steel was bent or melted in certain
Yeah.
points.
Right.
And there's conspiracy theorists out there that argue that the heat that would have been generated from a plane crashing into the towers would
Jet
not have
fuel.
created enough heat to melt the steel
steel.
beams.
But here's the problem. Zinc
John, which
does.
side are you on? I thought you were on my side on this one.
I am. But that one's bullshit. I can tell you why.
Okay.
That one's bullshit because planes are coated in zinc paint. Zinc does burn at high enough temperatures to melt.
Oh well, there you go.
Perfect. That's all we needed for that one.
There you go. Fucking cut and finish. My theory of what possibly could be a conspiracy there is that explosions at the base of the tower would.
Well, the whole conspiracy with explosions was that it was more of like a controlled demolition.
Right.
So it wouldn't have just been at the base. It would have been throughout.
Hit the top of it. Why would the complete tower at the bottom collapse down?
And how fast it collapsed was the real.
Well,
Exactly.
I mean,
No, I mean, okay.
I mean,
Well, none of us are engineers. We'll go with it. We'll
No,
start off with this part.
We'll say that first off.
absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
yeah. Well, we'll start off with none of us are engineers, so none of us really know
True.
any kind of bit about how a building's fucking made or how a building gets demolished. So we'll just start with that.
I think something to say alongside that is none of us understand how a building would fall down in the event of
Yeah,
a
I
plane
mean-
crashing into it.
Exactly. I mean, I'm going off of what I've
No-
heard.
Nor do I think
Alright.
very many engineers before this point understood how a building would react to a fucking
I mean,
Plane crashing into it.
jet
I mean,
plane
I
crashing
think
into the side of it.
I think they've like I'm sure someone has looked into how a building would react to like a
Right.
missile or something like
Yeah,
that, or
absolutely. To
some kind
different
of
earthquakes, to tornadoes, to like
obviously earthquakes and tornadoes. 'Cause that shit's just natural.
things like that. Yeah, they of course they look at the structure, but like this was
No,
so
there's buildings-
unprecedented. Like, I mean,
It's not an every year thing.
Yeah.
Tornadoes.
yeah, it's so unprecedented that you can't be like, oh, mathematically this is how this should have turned out. Like, I mean, it was a pretty like, I don't know. I guess there is a way that you could do it
I
mathematically.
mean, mathematically, I think that I was gonna say, I think that mathematically, people could actually, kind of gather some kind of simulation from
Yeah.
it that would kind of show what should happen in that situation, especially with like at least now with like
Yeah.
the programs we have now with like the CAD softwares and all that shit that we have now.
But
we
there's
could
also a
definitely-
lot of aspects of the crash that you don't understand that you need for those
And I mean,
mathematics, right? Like,
you're looking at millimeters of
yeah, you're
where
looking at
things
different
hit.
angles that at
Yeah,
impact. You're looking at the
Yeah.
amount of damage when it actually
how
entered. You're
fast
looking
it was actually
stuff that
going.
really can't be determined after the fact, right? I mean,
Yeah.
those
It's-
parts that you
it's-
need for that math to figure out how it would have exactly fell, you can't really get those numbers.
There's too many variables involved.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, okay, so I'm gonna keep playing on my side on this one. There's been plane crashes that have happened in like buildings and stuff like that. Obviously, not a 747, which is the plane. I think is the plane that hit the towers. It was a 747, I think, or 737. Either way, huge planes.
Big fucking planes. Big
Yeah.
fucking
Big commercial planes is what hit the. Excuse me, I am voice cracking now. Fuck. So obviously we couldn't really gather, the same kind of thing off of that, but there's been planes like more of like small planes that have hit like buildings, like little Cessnas and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, done damage obviously, but more just like a little, not really structural damage, just kind of like cosmetic damage, and you just fix it up kind of thing.
Well,
Obviously, like 747 is a little bit different,
some
but
ideas, I'm sure
Yeah.
the engine take some sort of thinking about building. Well, they probably don't take into account, but like, you can figure out like just kind of based off of like have like a general idea, like so like physics like works. So you have like a object in motion going at whatever certain speed, mass is gonna hit something, and you think of a building as a solid object, right?
Mm.
I'm sure there's some sort of like calculations in
Yeah.
physics.
There's definitely. I was gonna say. I mean, of course. Thanks MediaCom. I cut out like halfway through that, by the way. But I'm pretty sure what you guys were talking about is like how you would figure out like, I guess the math calculations to like the plane running into one of the World Trade Centers and how much like, I don't know, let's say energy it would take for it to like collapse on itself the way it did.
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm sure there's definitely like engineers like, I mean, you would probably like take the weight of the plane, how fast it's moving, all this shit.
Right.
Yeah.
They definitely can figure that out. I'm
Yeah.
That's
sure.
what I would think, yeah.
And,
I would,
and the thing to me is that like with these conspiracies that I think are just crazy. Like what happened happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was
obviously
an
there's no
attack,
changing.
you know. And what's crazy to me is that these conspiracies try to prove all these different points, but it's like, dude, a fucking airliner crashed into a building and you're surprised it fell. Like
Joe, I mean, on
just,
that fact,
it's just crazy
I'll-
to me. Like that seems like a logical thing that would happen if a airliner crashed into a building.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not that I
True.
don't think that, there's obviously malicious intent excuse me, malicious intent from like the Taliban. Not that I don't think that, or was it Al Qaeda, whichever
Yeah, a terrorist or I don't know.
terrorist
exactly.
or whatever terrorist organization it was. But I mean, I think that they, either way they wanted to do it. It doesn't matter, how it gets put down, how.
Yeah.
If there's any inside thing that happened to the building or whatever to, sway. Well, the whole thing was it was supposed to sway the opinion to, like, one of the conspiracy theories is like, so it'd sway the opinion so that we would go to war with, like Iraq and Afghanistan and all that
Mhm.
over, over their oil and shit like that. And find weapons of mass destruction and all that shit.
Yeah.
So that was like the whole. That's like kind of a big conspiracy on why the whole thing happened, and that's why Bush apparently did 9/11 to
So oil.
yeah, for oil is basically the whole thing. But the whole thing about that is I think that I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. I kind of lost my train of thought, but I lost.
I don't know.
I'm thinking too much. I was
I
thinking way
think
too much.
this conspiracy, maybe we can move on because like it's. I mean, I think it's pretty much proven. I don't think there's actually.
And
Should we
yeah,
go for
there's
backup?
not a whole lot of depth.
And if
to what
anything,
we know
personally, I
about it,
think
I guess.
like reviewing the conspiracy is kind of just disrespectful to.
Yeah.
Point.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
I mean, there is. Sorry, I don't want to be the disrespectful one now, but there is definitely weird things that happened prior and after.
Mhm.
Like, prior there, the guy that owned the buildings, um, what was it? He took out like a massive insurance, or he put in a massive insurance policy on the buildings, and the side building. It was like Trade Center 6 or something like that. It was a smaller building that also went down in the collision apparently, but didn't get hit. So they say the debris took it down or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Um, uh, he took out a massive, like it was like trillions of dollars, insurance policy on the buildings, and so obviously that, since they went down, he got that money. I'm trying to think what else happened after, before and after. I watched some fucking bullshit conspiracy video on it probably a
Yeah.
little bit ago, and just kind of, and you kind of hear some of this shit, and you gotta take it with a grain of salt, obviously, but
Yeah, I mean, most people are not exactly scientists or people of
yeah,
No.
I mean, most of them are the alien kind of guys
And
that are
most of
just
the scientists that
crazies.
did work on this project, because there's obviously years and years of investigations into what happened, and that's where the actual scientists and the actual, uh, architects and people worked, was putting out the actual theory of what happened.
Yeah. I mean, I wish I would have watched that more recently because I could have gotten like a better argument. Um, do I think that like there's a huge conspiracy behind it? No, but I mean, I think there's some little bits of, stuff that the government may have known of, some kind of terrorist attack, excuse me, some kind of terrorist attack that could have been happening, and they, I mean, not
Didn't
that they didn't
react.
try to prevent it, but they didn't really, um, you know, they weren't super proactive with it.
Yeah.
It's the thing. I mean, there's gray areas in it, obviously, and you don't really see everything because obviously the government's not gonna put out everything and all that. Um, but I definitely think there's definitely some areas where it can be looked at, and it's just kind of a little bit iffy.
Iffy.
I
If you know what I
agree.
mean? It's not clear cut, like here it is, this is what happened. It's not like, you know a fucking war battle or something like that. Like, this is what happened, this is how many people died. Like,
Yeah.
this is it's there's still some stuff around it that's kind of iffy, is all I gotta say. It just kind of makes me a little bit um weary and just on edge about it.
Yeah.
You
You guys
know,
want to talk about our backup conspiracy instead?
sure, we can push that one.
What do you think, Joe?
Sure.
What we got?
Backup conspiracy was Hitler. Did Hitler escape Europe after World War II?
I'm gonna be on this one. I think Hitler either killed himself or was killed by someone else in that compound he had, that bunker.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not going to be the conspiracy theorist on this one. I think that's very true, actually.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't think
I'm not
anything.
much of a conspiracy theorist at all, so I mean, I think Hitler's the kind of guy to kill himself.
Yeah, I think he's kind of a coward in the real thing. I mean, I'll play devil's advocate on this one, but like I truly believe on this one. I truly believe that Hitler did kill himself in that um bunker, or
But
someone killed
what?
him wife or whatever the hell.
Well, here's the thing with that is that we, like the United States, never actually got to see the body. We just had to take Russia's
Word for it, yeah.
Yeah.
and forensic evidence since then has basically said that was a female's body.
Which is probably his wife. His wife, most likely.
But there's two bodies. I mean,
Oh, really?
both of them were supposedly female.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And you can see that from the hips, like specifically the pelvic bone. Females have different shaped pelvic bone than males do. So that's where the what do you call that area of disbelief, I guess you would call
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Call that. Anyways, So and then they've since also found like tunnels that were leading to that bunker that have led to a there's like a long street next to it that's got like that they think was used as like a runway, and that he could have gone out and
It
gotten
flew out of.
flown out.
What's crazy to me is it doesn't seem like if like you found Hitler's body or like you would like make sure that everybody knew you found Hitler's body.
I
Right?
mean, Mussolini's body or Mussolini was hung up in the streets.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, like
stuff like that. Yeah, it
I'm
definitely
not
would
saying
be.
that's necessarily what has to happen, but like I mean, there needs to be like clear, without a doubt, evidence that like he's been found dead. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why, and
Like
that's why
same
there's
with like.
conspiracy
Say
theories.
that he was ever found. Yeah.
So I mean, I agree. Like that's kind of like if there's question about whether or not there was evidence of his dead body. I mean, that's on the government's end. That's their fault for not
Yeah.
handling it right. You know, I mean, it's the same with like Osama bin Laden when he was killed. You know, they took fucking DNA evidence that
Yeah.
was him. Like,
Pictures. There's pictures on the internet you can find.
yeah, I
of
mean,
that fucker dead.
they made it fucking clear that they killed Osama bin
Yeah.
Laden.
Yeah.
We know he killed him. I mean, obviously with a grain of salt, but you know, because obviously we don't know what his DNA structure looks like and all that shit, and we can't really prove it for the.
But I mean, the second you leave
like,
any,
for the common people, you can't just be like, oh yeah, you know. I mean, there's
Yeah.
obviously conspiracy theories that think, oh, you know, we didn't actually kill him. It's a fucking random
I mean,
jihadi.
right? But what I'm saying is like the scientific world needs to have clear, and the historian world
Yeah.
needs to have clear evidence and data that shows that that person was found dead. Like, otherwise, you're obviously opening it up to conspiracies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't really believe in the damn thing. I think that. I mean, he was dead in that bunker. I mean, there's.
Also, if you look at though, like other Nazis, big high-ranking Nazis made it out.
Yeah, I mean, and South America was like kind of a safe haven for these like ex-Nazi generals and
Yeah.
shit like that. Like there's a lot of them that actually got out and went to there and you know found asylum in random South American. Himmler, I think, got out and he was very high up. I mean, he was big dog. He got out, made it to I think it was Argentina or Brazil. I want to say.
Would they hunt him down and kill him?
They found him, yeah.
I mean, still, you're still. I don't think they found him, or they found other like lower ranking officers.
See, like another reason that it kind of contradicts itself is that like I honestly don't believe that our government would just accept like that there's
Kinda
a
defeat
chance
on
that
that end.
Hitler's alive.
Well,
Yeah.
we
You know what I mean?
did look for him in like South America. We definitely there's been documents that have been since declassified and
Really?
found stuff. Yeah.
Because I mean, as much as there's distrust in the government and shit like that, like I don't think they would just take a bullshit like excuse that like, oh, he died, you know, like unless they really believed he died, like I feel like that manhunt would have continued and it would have been the biggest manhunt.
The guy that I was thinking of was Joseph Mengele. He was the one that I was thinking of. But
Oh, he
Yeah,
was
so
Joseph Mengele was the guy that killed all those people in Auschwitz. He was the experiment guy.
Yeah, he was the dude who performed like twin studies, and I was actually about to say there's actually a theory on him too about how he was like fled to Brazil, and then there's like a town in Brazil with like a bunch of twins.
Yeah, no,
It's-
I actually
yeah,
watched the
Jesus
video
like
on
Christ.
this. I watched the
apparently
video on
like
that shit, yeah.
responsible for like doing experiments on a bunch of these women and causing them to have like all twins.
Fuck.
Yeah,
which
I
is, like,
watched that
Supposed
video
to
on that.
explain why there's so many twins in this like one town in Brazil.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
You
he
don't
was.
another one.
If you want to talk about a fucked up guy, that guy is fucked up.
Wait, John, who'd you
because
say?
of the shit he did.
There's a
The
couple. Eichmann.
Yeah,
Eichmann.
there was one guy living in the United States for a while. There's a documentary on Netflix. He lived in like New York or Boston or some shit, and then like he was like 60. He was like 50 or 60 years old before we found him, and
Are
then
you talking about the?
we extradited him to Israel, and he like
Oh yeah.
got
that
put
was
on,
yeah.
he got put on trial for like being a Nazi.
We can watch. Hey, I haven't watched that yet. So can we keep that one?
Yeah.
I kind of want to
Won't
watch it.
spoil it, but it's good.
Yeah. We can talk about that another time on another one of these podcasts. I kind of want to watch that though because I've been looking at that. I was hoping you guys weren't going to say anything because I didn't want you guys to ruin it. But it looks really interesting. Obviously, I mean, you see the previews and shit like that, and it just kind of gives
He
you a
worked
little
at
teaser on it.
Mercedes automotive plant.
He what?
He worked in a Mercedes-Benz automotive plant.
I mean, he made a good life for himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
He,
dude.
is what, yeah, I was.
He had a family and shit here, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From what I saw from the trailer, at least, it seemed like he was a pretty good member of society, at least.
Yeah, I'm reading this thing here. He was found guilty after a 4-month trial.
Hey, fuck John.
Yeah, don't spoil.
Fuck off. I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it either, but not. All right.
Well, you just fucking ruined it for me.
But there's actually a long. He okay. If I
That's pretty
No,
common.
no. Just don't. No, don't.
if I
don't.
said shit, it would
about
spoil the movie.
Yeah, just don't even talk about it.
Nah.
We'll talk about that some other time. We can talk about Mendel
Mengele.
Yosef Mendeleev, or what is his name? Mendeleev, isn't it?
Joseph Mengele.
Mengele.
He got
Mendelev's
fucked over
the-
though, dude. Like, at least the way the Netflix show talks about it, like, I mean, they put some doubt in your mind that that's actually him, and he got fucked hard. Like,
Israel. I mean, shit.
I
They don't
mean,
fuck around in Israel.
yeah. And you're talking about exporting, like, he was a United States citizen, bro.
Hey, you extradite that motherfucker there.
Like,
It's
the
them, and
US,
that's
does,
why it's
the
their
US doesn't
justice.
just
It's their justice.
extradite anybody, dude. Like, they usually try to protect you from extradition, but
Yeah,
I don't
but
care if
war
he's citizen or
war
not.
criminals though.
Fuck him, man.
If
I mean,
it's
that's why
if
they
it's
did
a
it,
war-
Dom. But like,
Yeah.
but then the show puts some doubt in your head that that's actually him for sure.
I mean, no, honestly, I don't even know. I kind of like, at least from the trailer, it looks like he's not. But like, I have no clue, so I can't
Yeah.
really say anything about it. But yeah, obviously, if the U.S. government didn't think there was like some bit of validity to it, I don't think they would have
Right.
extradited him. Obviously,
I mean,
but I mean,
there's,
who
like, other
knows?
guys, like
Obviously,
Joseph Mengele was one that escaped, and he lived out the entirety of the rest of his life.
that's what I thought. I thought he was still living till his death, in South America before he got, or he didn't get he didn't get caught.
Yeah, he died like at swimming. He had like a heart attack or something. And but like,
I watched the whole thing about him.
like, these other people were able to escape. Like, what would have kept Adolf Hitler, their head honcho,
Right.
from
Yeah.
escaping?
But I feel like of anything, they're gonna want to get, they're gonna want to secure Hitler. They're not gonna want to let him get out of their grasp.
Yes, that's true. I
Of
mean,
all the people, I mean, obviously he's top dog. Like obviously he has most priority to get out. They're gonna want to get him out as much as they can. But also there's 3 governments that are gonna want to try to keep him in.
yeah. I mean, the governments
and
for
make sure
real
they capture.
probably didn't give a fuck about these ranking officers in the Nazi. Like,
I mean, a little bit, but
once they
like
got
not
to-
nearly as much.
once they got
yeah.
to Berlin, it was fucking find Hitler. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Well,
Because they knew the war was won at that point. They were just trying to, find the guy that started the whole thing.
that could be why that shit, I got case on my fucking shirt. That could be why that Russia, once they got there, they didn't want to admit that they hadn't found Hitler in Berlin. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a point of, like, I don't know, embarrassment, I guess you could say.
Well, according to my trusty Wikipedia that I
Oh,
was just
God.
looking at,
Oh god.
Hitler, the whole theory of Hitler escaping Europe appeared in 1945 at a press conference, shortly after the end of the war.
And I mean, whether there's like also overwhelming evidence of like teeth fragments in jaw DNA and stuff of like, I guess Hitler, and it's like claimed by the French and all this other bullshit. But hear me out. There is now declassified photograph from 1955. Hang on, let me pull the picture back up and send it to you boys.
55.
Yeah, of ex SS officer and Hitler in just like it's like a picture of them, and then the back is signed by Hitler. And the picture was like sent to I guess the CIA.
Share your screens.
Let
Share
me.
No, don't share your screen. It'll fuck up the overlay.
I don't think
Just
it will. It'll just show up where my picture is. It'll just be my screen.
no. I think it will add another one and it'll fuck up our overlay. To be honest.
Oh, will it?
Yeah,
It might,
Alright, well, I'll
might
just
not.
send.
I don't know.
I think it's gonna fuck. I mean,
Where'd you send it, Nate?
I'm about to send it in Greasy. Or the general. So that's not the picture. If you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the picture. So it says a declassified CIA document dated October 3rd, 1955 highlights claims
This
made by
one?
self-proclaimed former SS trooper named Philip.
Nate, are you looking at mine? Is it this one? Like the black and white picture? That's kind of looks like
I
it's.
literally sent it in the chat.
Is this what it is though?
Dude, that is so
that's not the
goddamn
picture.
grainy and so
That's
like.
not the picture. You have to click
Photograph,
on it and scroll down.
Photograph from the CIA document showing a
Yeah, that's
XS trooper.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. It's grainy as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking at. Yeah, so apparently that picture was signed by Adolf. I can't speak German, so I'm not gonna try. But yeah. So I don't know. There's a picture of him, 1955.
It does. Yeah, it looks like him.
I don't know.
He's got his mustache.
I
But
mean,
if you scroll up, you'll see the evidence of his death. Although it's all Wikipedia, so you know.
Yeah,
The most
obviously.
reliable source.
I don't think we're ever gonna get like fucking
Yeah, we're never gonna see an answer.
Oh no,
like
definitely not.
legit answers.
But isn't that what's so intriguing about conspiracy theories?
Literally.
But yeah,
'cause
that's
you'll never
why
know.
I
Makes
think
you-
it's the government's fault for not giving out. I mean, they should want to
I feel like
be
no.
like,
I
hey,
feel like
look,
the big
Hitler's
thing,
dead. Why would they want people speculating this kind of shit?
at least not with this one. I think with this one, it's kind of clear cut. Everyone wants to kind of see that. Yeah, that Hitler's dead. But I think with other conspiracy theories, I think the big thing is like national security. Like if it came out that the government had involvement in 9/11, people would flip shit.
Well, yeah, no fuck.
You know.
They'd
I
be,
mean,
yeah,
I'm
no
just saying,
shit.
like other, obviously, well, I'm saying like other conspiracy theories, like, I mean, this Hitler one's kind of clear cut. Like, people wouldn't really give a shit. I feel like for the most part.
I mean,
I don't know what kind of people would really care, but like
A
9/11, like
lot.
JFK, we talked about last.
I think a
Why?
lot of people would care if
I think a
Hitler
lot
got
of people
No,
care.
I'm
if
saying
Hitler
like they would,
lived
no, okay, no, I'm saying like
called
if
justice.
no, I get that, but I'm saying like if people knew that Hitler died and like that was like the thing that came out, like Hitler died, yeah, then that wouldn't be a big deal. But I think that with like 9/11 and like the JFK thing, if they knew that the government had involvement in that, national security is,
Yeah.
technically at risk because people would, come up in arms, especially a lot of the militia groups that we have in the United States would be pissed,
Yeah.
and it'd be kind of like a call to arms kind of thing in the United States. So I think that's why they kind of rationalize it as we need to keep this stuff secret,
I agree.
or just it may not have happened. Who knows? I mean, just shit like that. Obviously,
Yeah.
that's always the argument why it would be, you know, kept secret from the American public, and only a few eyes could see it.
3478950728557 says these three guys share one brain cell.
Or
Thank
not
you, sir.
true.
Bro.
And that's hey, we all think the same.
Conspiracy theory. It's a theory, not thing.
There's four of us, sir.
Ask him what he thinks.
We
Then
all share
what
two
do
brain
you
cells. Thank
think?
you.
3, 4, whatever the
Cheers,
hell.
brother.
Yeah.
There goes more brain cells right there.
There we go.
I think we're spitting facts, to be honest.
Man, I mean, we're speculating for sure, I mean,
Yeah, we're
it's a
putting all the
conspiracy
avenues out
theory.
there. Yeah, no one knows. You don't know 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever the hell your name
I mean,
is.
my argument is I think we know, but I do like listening to people.
I don't know. I'm looking at the evidence on Wikipedia, which I'm sure is the most sound fucking
Oh,
source
yeah.
John,
Perfect.
Wikipedia is the most credible source you'll ever use, just so you know.
there ever fucking has been and ever will be. There is on 30th of May 1946. While the Soviets were investigating rumors of Hitler's survival, 2 fragments of a skull were retrieved from the crater where Hitler was buried. The left pieces of partial bones had the left pieces of the partial bones had gunshot damage. It was kept in Russia's Federal Archives in Moscow and believed to be Hitler's for decades. In 2009, samples of the skull were DNA tested at the University of Connecticut by a bone specializing archaeologist for an episode of some History Channel's Mystery Quest shit. The sample was found to be that of a woman underaged. Wait, what is it? Of a woman aged under 40.
I mean, yeah. So what?
Hmm.
Hitler was a girl. New conspiracy theory. Boom.
I always say, the guy with the Nike hat is cute.
Yeah, dumb. This person thinks you're cute.
It's someone we know. Their
Who we
account was
got?
made 6 minutes ago.
Who we got?
And I think, dude, what the fuck? 347.
It's so low.
So,
It's Solo, you motherfucker.
damn. I created Solo.
Who's
I
this
mean,
on? Is this on
Part of my
yours,
thing
Joe?
too
Yeah, it's on
is like,
Joe's.
if we found the grave that Hitler was in, right? Because he got buried, right? After he committed suicide.
No, he got
No,
blown
no,
up.
no. Supposedly he got buried by his or burned. Okay. Wouldn't there be like an exact location somewhere where like his
They don't
remains
wanna
were
tell 'em
found?
that. They don't want. They probably don't want neo Nazis and all that shit. Fucking, going to his grave and being like, oh,
Oh, dude, I think that is why they don't do it. Actually, I
yeah.
think you're right.
I mean, because, well, isn't Muslim tradition that they're this is for not what's his fucking name, the Al Qaeda leader, the guy that we killed in
Osama
09 or
bin
whatever.
Laden?
Osama bin Laden. Sorry, I was thinking Saddam Hussein, but he was buried at sea. What is it? Is it Islam's tradition to bury at sea? I couldn't
No,
remember
I
if that
think
was the thing.
that's just
I think they did that so
that's
they wouldn't be able
international.
to.
That's like international treaty is like you have to hold like a service for like no matter who
Yeah.
it is, even if it's Osama bin Laden, you still have to hold like a service and bury him.
And I mean, they can't worship him really at sea. I mean, how the fuck are they gonna
Yeah,
do it? They're gonna go
right,
on
exactly.
diving suits and fucking,
Yeah. Yeah. I guess I mean that makes sense. You don't want to like be like have like
Yeah.
neo-Nazis worshiping Hitler at like his place of death. But like I don't know, as far as like governments and shit go, like they have to know like exactly where Hitler was fucking found. Like those
I'm
things
sure someone knows.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why I don't believe in these theories because those things are like cemented. Maybe we don't know all the facts like that,
Yeah.
but like someone somewhere got those facts and thought, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, yeah. Next topic.
Oh,
Best beer: Budweiser, Bud Select, or Busch Latte.
I think you skipped
I
the
mean-
topic there, John.
Did we? Oh yeah. You skipped the topic there.
Who's got the biggest dick? That'd be me.
Jesus.
Joe just put 8 ounces. I thought you were putting.
Ounces.
I thought you were putting ounces, Joe. You are putting.
No, I was trying to write inches.
Oh, mine's like pound and a half.
Jesus, who's deleting shit right now?
Jesus.
I was trying to write 8 inches, but it came out ounces.
Who's putting CCC?
Me on accident.
Jesus, Joe. You drunk?
Darn push to talk.
Joe's on who has the biggest like Dom's mom apparently.
Tom's mom.
There you go, mom. Woo!
Don's mom's got the biggest dick.
She's got a fucking pounder, dude. Better watch out. That hammer might hit you. All right, on to the real next topic.
Yeah.
You want to go? You segue it.
No, you go ahead. You got it.
So, we've had a lot of conversation about this lately, with couple of our friends one building a new PC and then one trying to look for a new PC. So we're big tech guys here. We all, like to game and shit like that. So the big thing would be which CPU brand would you pick now, I guess, at this current state? Um, some of us have these PCs already and we kind of have our decisions, which is kind of like me and John, and then Joe's kind of on the other side on this one. But
Ryzen.
it's Ryzen or Intel on this one, and I'm gonna go Intel. I can't go against them right now. I mean, they still are top of the game. I mean, you really can't put them down on that.
Dude. I mean, just in general, if you look at like the CPUs that Ryzen's putting out, like right
I
now,
think it's closer. I don't think it's
and the
any-
price point,
The price point is huge.
Ryzen's winning, 100%.
AMD's always been
point
more
is-
cost effective.
Yeah, but they're putting out CPUs now that can run anything you want it to run
John, you gotta get closer to your mic.
from much lower price.
Yeah, I mean, whenever we're all talking, I can't really hear you for real.
Yeah, John, you kind of cut out a little bit.
Ah, shit. All right. Well, anyways, single-threaded like applications, Intel is gonna win 100% of the
Yeah.
time.
100%. Thank you,
But
John.
games in fucking particular is Intel 100% of the time.
Yeah, but games are transitioning to multi-core,
I mean,
multi-threaded.
it's not like Intel doesn't have like plenty of threads or multi cores and plenty of
Yeah.
threads now because
You're
I mean
right.
they're
All right. You're right. I can't argue gaming-wise. Like just game on game specifically, Intel would win.
Yeah.
But the reason people usually build PCs is to do a lot more than just game.
I mean I get there's multi-purpose to it, but I don't think an Intel chip that has at least come out. I mean, John, how old is yours? Like 6 years, 7 years? And
Yeah.
it's still kicking it easy peasy. I mean,
Okay,
5
so
years.
here's what I want to say. Obviously, there's overkill. Like the i9, the i7, like Ryzen 9, Ryzen 7, like those are gonna be able to run pretty much everything you fucking want it to, right?
I don't think it's overkill though. I mean, I think if you're not trying to bottleneck a good GPU, I don't think it's overkill at all.
I mean, name a game that an
I mean, when you're-
i7 can't run that an i9 can.
I'm just saying right now, like if I really wanted to run 4K at a good frame, like where I could actually, feel, decent about it, I'd probably get a 9.9.
Yeah, but 4K is still. I mean, we're not really there yet, to be honest, on PC.
I get that, but I feel like an i9 in 2080 could run it. Not even a 2080 Ti could run
Right, I
pretty much
guess
any 4K
I'm
game.
coming from. All right, so if money's not an option, I would go Intel. Intel.
Yeah, I mean, I still
But
think
if you
Intel
start
is over.
comparing like Ryzen 5s to Intel like i3s, i5s, like that's where AMD really starts to win a lot.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I would agree with that.
And that's all. And my first PC build was AMD because of and same with John. John had the same thing as me for the most part. I mean, CPU was the same at least. I mean, it's cost effective wise, it was so much more smart because I think I got my CPU and motherboard for like 150, like 160, something like that. Just
Yeah.
dumb cheap. And it was a 6-core. I mean, it was not very efficient, but I mean, the thing still worked plenty well, and I could game pretty much anything 1080p at that point.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. The top of the line Intel probably beats the top of the line Ryzen.
and I think now it's definitely getting a lot closer. Like you're saying, it's definitely getting a lot closer, especially with price ranges and all that. It's
But like if
it's
you're looking to
definitely a lot
build like
closer.
a $800 to $1,000 gaming PC, you're gonna get way more of your bang for your buck with a Ryzen than an Intel at like $800 to $1,000.
But I could never see myself going for like if I was gonna do a new build, which I'm not gonna be like a an intermediate build like where we're running at out 1,000. I'll probably run about a $2,000 build or more.
Yeah.
I would think. I mean, I would probably never even think about getting a Ryzen 7 or something like that. I would always go.
Good.
I mean, no, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they're good. I mean, they're definitely getting better. It's just the fact that
But
for
like,
one, I have this in my mind that I think that Intel's are better
but like the
because
$200 you could
it's always
save on a
been.
Ryzen 9. So
I
say
mean, you
i9 versus a
how do you?
Ryzen 9.
Oh, how much is a Ryzen 9?
A Ryzen 9, like their top notch, their top of the line consumer GPU is like $500.
No,
Yes.
a Ryzen 7's like 430.
Ryzen 7 is like 330,
No.
350.
What the
Dude,
hell are
like
you
their
looking
top
at?
of the line Ryzen is like $500. An i9 is probably like 700, 800.
Not true. Not true. The 9900K is like 500.
i9?
Yeah, the i9 9900K is like $500. 540 maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
And the
like
thing,
500.
yeah, the thing performs like a beauty. And I mean, I'm not saying that they're the most cost effective, but I think easily for gaming they're the best. Obviously, like we were talking about earlier.
I agree.
I think workstation they work plenty fine. They have plenty of threads, especially with the new 10 series coming out. Not that AMD doesn't have something coming out right with it, because they're supposed to literally launch like right next to each other. So it's not like AMD's not ready for it. But I think the new 10 series is really going to kind of show off what Intel really has, because they've kind of been sitting a little bit stale right now
Yeah.
because they've had the lead for so long.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Intel will. Honestly, I kind of expect AMD to make a in front of Intel. I really do. As much
You
as
think they will?
I think they will. Just because, one, AMD right now, they're like as a workstation CPU win 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
100% of the time when it comes to rendering things and
Yeah,
shit
if you're
like
rendering 4K video or some shit, Ryzen's
And-
the way to go.
But that's more on your GPU either way.
Yeah, but I mean, your CPU does have some sort of factor.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously your CPU is still running in there, but I mean, I think for at least applications that we do for the most time, anything over an i7 would be perfectly fine for any
Yes.
of us to run,
100%.
obviously. And then I just think that it wouldn't bottleneck anything. I don't know. I mean, obviously a Ryzen 7 would probably work the exact same. So I mean, it's pretty much nonchalant at this point, or
That's what I'm saying.
a
Like,
non-factor. But I do still think that for the stuff that I do every day, like anything I do every day is not going to affect my i7
right.
to
So my
where it
argument to
couldn't
that,
do it.
Dom, is that you could do that exact same thing, have the exact same perfectly fine performance for $100 cheaper.
How is it $100 cheaper though? It's not.
So you talk i7 to Ryzen 7.
My i7, I mean, or not even my i7, but the new i7s.
Comparable performance.
How are you going to say that they're not the same price though?
They're not. A Ryzen
Well,
7
is what? 400? 350? What is it?
294 for a Ryzen 7 3700X 3rd gen Ryzen.
Is that an actual up to date?
Yes.
Like is that the newest one? I don't know Ryzen, so to be honest, I don't really follow the Ryzen
All right, so
line.
so the top-notch Ryzen 7 is the 3800X. Those
Okay.
go for about $330.
So right about where the i7 is.
Intel i7,
So look up the 9700K. It's the newest
Yeah.
one. It's right around that. Should be 350, I think.
379.
Depending on what you're looking at, I guess. I mean, within $40 is not really.
I mean, that's $40 you could spend somewhere else.
I mean, sure, but $40 whenever you're looking at a GPU is nothing. I don't think it should be much different for a CPU. I mean, if I saw a GPU that was $40 more that had more.
I mean, when you're spending that kind of money, you're getting $40 and really that
Yeah,
big a deal.
$40 really isn't. I mean, if you're looking at an i7 and a Ryzen 7, I don't think you're really gonna give a shit about $40 at that point.
I agree.
Because you're already I mean, most likely you're already spending over $1,500 on new PC. So I don't know. I I don't really have much to back up my argument, honestly, at this
I've always
point.
had
I
AMD.
think
I just like AMD. I think they're fine. You know, I mean, they get shit on, but like every processor I've had from them, it works well.
yeah. And I mean, you really don't see the behind the scenes on a processor unless you really look at it. Because like mine, I'm gonna be honest. Like mine has bottlenecked my GPU before, and like I never thought that would actually be a thing with mine. But there's definitely some more like CPU intensive games and stuff like that, especially when you run like higher like 4K and all that. Like you definitely see your CPU get a little bit bottlenecked,
True.
and I mean, it's not like I'm not running, a good processor or anything. It's just the fact that some stuff right now, especially, is very demanding, and games are getting a lot more demanding in CPU. So you kind of have to have something decent in there. Like me and John used to run a 6350 AMD, and that thing fit the bill for the longest
Yeah, I mean, I
time.
used to run a fucking AMD FX like.
And
Dude,
those
this
things
thing was
were,
old as fuck. It was like
yeah,
a.
that's what we did. Me and John had the FX 6350.
Yeah, I mean, it was something shit. And I mean, it worked for what we needed it for.
No, definitely. I mean, it ran the games that we wanted to. At that point, at least, at the graphics we were okay with.
This 347 guy started to turn around a little bit.
Is he still talking?
Yeah, he is. But he made a pretty, actually halfway decent comment for once.
Greasy Gang looks like the hobos that roll with Dirty Mike and the guys.
You're damn right.
Oh, and the other guys. Sorry, I thought and the guys. My bad. That's why we're the Greasy Gang, motherfucker.
You're damn right.
No, Nate, you haven't spoke up much in late.
I mean, what is there to say, really? You guys
We
kind
kind
of
of
hit it
run
all.
it
I
in
mean,
this one.
kind of hit on the.
So let's
Ryzen's
talk
have
about
more
let's talk about
threads and-
guests, Nate. Having some guests on the show, maybe.
some
Sure,
guests
let's
on the
let's
show.
talk to our guests. Let's give them a little talking.
Let's talk about maybe. So you're the talent acquisition manager. So your job is to find
That
us
is correct.
talent to come on our podcast, right?
That is correct. That is my job that I've been assigned.
Because you know it makes it interesting. You have guests, you interview them a little bit about what they do.
Yeah,
You know.
definitely. It kind of adds variety to the show a little bit, you know.
Right.
Yeah, you don't see our faces all the time. You see Philadelphia Kellens right here.
You're right, and hopefully I'll have a webcam soon enough. But
So we're looking for some quality talent to come on. You got any
Absolutely.
leads on that?
So far, we have an inquiry with this fine lady.
Mm.
We've kind of been working the magic the past couple days and going into her chat, checking out what she's doing, and I mean,
Doing some scoping out is what you're saying.
Collins, good.
she might be she might be a good fit for the podcast. Honestly, I see her and John really working together on this bone apple teeth idea.
Oh wow.
I
Okay.
think we could maybe implement a drunk baking / cooking segment.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I've kind of noticed she doesn't really cook. She more of a open the package, put it on the thing, and put it in the oven kind of lady.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Other
happens.
than that, I think I see some really good stuff for the future of some segments on the podcast, and
Yeah. Definitely like to talk to her
know-
about her streaming career. You know,
absolutely.
why she got started. You know, what makes her want to stream. You know, stuff like that.
I mean, I've seen her chat is a bit diverse in
How
in
so?
some of the things that they are interested in watching your stream for. Me particularly, I think I find myself there. I like her baking strategies.
But
She
I
also
mean, you're
has-
saying she doesn't really bake that much, though.
Well, yeah, but she's more of like a hands-on kind of lady. You see.
Oh, okay.
And,
Yeah, for sure.
some people in her chat really give some interesting comments, and I think that she kind of feeds off that kind of energy, and she just kind of gets drunk while she does it. In fact,
Man, I
Lim
mean,
Jakey
amen.
the other night. Unfortunately, we can't really show the clip. It's been deleted, I'm pretty sure. But Lim Jakey had some top tier commentary, and she read this comment. I mean, it's just the greatest thing ever, and I really think that she's going to be a good fit for this podcast.
All right.
Yeah, definitely. You got any other prospects in the work here?
I've kind of been working on this she might be a little bit out of the range. You might know her. Her Twitch is Pokimane.
Mm.
Um,
I don't know if she's gonna come on our
I saw-
podcast.
You
I
never
subbed
know.
to her channel and I donated her about $35.
Oh,
Yeah, she didn't even read the donation.
did that come
Unfortunately,
out of our budget for the Grease
that
Gang
came out of the
podcast?
With the
budget
Greasy
for
Gang
the
budget?
Greasy Gang. So
Oh,
Fuck.
we
um,
kind of need that.
I'll
Right
make
now, at
sure
least.
to I'll make sure to try and get that back in there. But other than that, the leads are kind of dry at the moment.
Yeah, definitely
You
want
know.
some guests on coming up.
Definitely need some guests on.
Yeah, I mean, keep it coming. Obviously, keep your work up. We'll get someone here sooner or later. Obviously, if you guys listening right now, if you guys want to get on, just join our Discord. We can start talking to you a little bit. Obviously, if you're cool, we vet you through. You might be able to get on the show. We'll see. Hopefully, you guys have a webcam. We'd like a webcam preferred. Obviously, Nate's been our longtime friend, so we can't.
4-7. That is correct. Can't.
What do you
Yeah.
say?
347-895-072-657.
I think
yeah,
this
man.
dude just started typing a bunch of shit in
Just
his
come
for his
on. We'll
name.
love to have you on the podcast. Talk about some topics. Speaking of topics, what do we got next?
I think we're clear out, but we can just keep talking about stuff.
See, our last topic is John's a fucking loser.
No, that's a good one.
It's not false.
John is a fucking loser, to be honest.
Yeah. Loser with a great ass fucking mustache. What can I say?
I mean, shit. If I could grow one, I'd have it too. This is all I got.
Oh, Bruce, a good boy.
Oh, look at that, good boy.
Made me tired.
Starring on the podcast is Bruce the dog.
Bruce, our new star performer on the podcast. I say we open this one up to some fan suggestions or comments, stuff like that. Anything you guys want us to answer, we are open for comments and shit like that. If you guys want to let us know. Lim J, he wants to know how long the stream has been going. It is
2
I am
hours
at
and 30 minutes is what I'm at.
yeah, we're about 2:15ish, 2:20.
I gotta go get another beer, folks.
Yeah, I was
Beer?
trying the fifth one.
Let's see, I'm at 1, 2. Yeah, I'm on my
Fifth one,
fifth.
John. I'm already on my fifth. You
I'm gonna
better
get
hurry
my
the
fifth. Oh, dude, I'm behind. What the fuck?
You're behind.
Mic off.
Fine, made a competition. Why
Is
don't we? Fine.
You guys were talking shit on me earlier. Oh, Dom didn't finish his beer, bitch. I'm ahead of you guys now.
How about that one?
These selects go down like a champ.
More Bud Ice kind of guy.
Hey, I got a Bud Ice jersey. You don't even know about that. You don't even know about
Mic
that grind.
on. Mic off.
Well, I think we're ending.
Mic on.
We're getting to the end of it. We're gonna let our guests go here real quick. Nate, thanks again for being on the show. Thank you for giving us some quality insight. Obviously,
Yeah.
he knows a little bit more about some stuff than we do. So, Nate, again, thank you for coming on the show. Any last words you got to say to us?
Hey guys, I appreciate you all having me on the show. I hope the podcast keeps going well and that we,
Can get some talent acquisition to be on the podcast. Hopefully next week we can get someone juicy. If not, might have to get another greasy boy in here to spice up the conversation a little bit.
Of course, of course.
Other than that, feel free to drop me a follow on Instagram and give me a follow on Twitch. I live stream, never. But might start that career up hopefully soon if I can acquire some hardware.
Yeah, you definitely need that
Other than
webcam.
that, boys, y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me on the stream, and look forward to acquiring some talent.
Definitely,
Bye,
definitely.
Nate.
Have a
We
good
will
night,
see you
boys.
later, Nate. Alrighty. We got any fan suggestions out here?
It's not looking like it.
Dang. Nothing good on the stream.
Lim J here's hopping in the chat.
I saw Loom.
Rack serial killers, non-existent.
Yeah, he's
He's been in and out.
in yours?
Yeah.
Has he said stuff?
Yeah, he typed.
He's the only thing that
Alright.
podcast.
I didn't see it. He didn't say anything in my chat. What a bitch.
Yeah, you didn't check mine, but that's all right.
So we're wrapping it up then. We got all our topics.
think-
You guys think?
I think we did a pretty good time amount on this one. I think we went over a good amount of stuff. Kind
Yeah.
of dived into a bunch of theories here.
Bunch of theories,
mostly
bunch of random shit.
just random stuff. We didn't do as much of the random stories this time, but you might be looking forward to that next week. So we've been kind of on a irregular schedule at this point, but expect us to be here Sunday around 5 p.m. next week. We're gonna try to get to our regular schedule, which is Sunday at 5 p.m. So if you guys want to tune in at on Sunday, I should say, and definitely check us out. Everyone's names are on there. Give us a follow, subscribe if you guys really like us. We have our Greasy Gang. It's the Greasy Gang on YouTube. Check us out. We have all of our stream highlights on there, and our whole podcasts are uploaded on there. It takes a little while to upload, so don't expect it right away, but expect it, and it's going to be good. And definitely make sure to check us out.
Make sure we'll be at some point coming out with a gameplay on a co-op game.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna try to put some co-op gameplay from some kind of game, either Minecraft. We've been looking a lot into Minecraft. Rust is another one we look at a lot. So just check us out. Make sure you follow,
Subscribe to the YouTube.
subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Just check us out.
Yep.
We're really running the game now.
All right. Peace.
Pretty much it.
See you guys later.